Showtime in 60 seconds. "45 seconds. "30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
We want him to uniformly look the same.
And he has all the material.
And he's got it all down.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to find that color from someone else.
And what if we had an African American in? That's
What?
What if we did what if Ty J makes the Hall of Fame one time?
And
Then
He
he'll
can't be gold.
Yes, he can.
That's what it is in
They
the
do that
NFL
in
Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
They don't have a bunch.
You
All
want?
right.
Hold on. Are you saying you
a
want
black
Cooper Lips?
Sharpie and
God.
Bubba.
He spray paints
What's
some.
wrong with you?
Yeah, that's
Do you ever
no
think
bueno.
before you speak?
Not on that one. I did it.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Takes me a while to get all the levels set and stuff. Welcome to the show, the Bubba the Love Sponge show, Thursday, July 20th, 2023. Today happens to be a day that we are so blessed with Brian, the babyface Matroni. I actually was thinking about Brian's appearance today when I was in the shower.
No.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
And I was just starting to get into like a little bit of a. I had the water on like super hot, and it was like my last maybe minute of my shower. I get in and I shower pretty quickly. I can wash my hair, wash my entire body, brush my teeth, pee, wash my face, wash underneath my arms, wash my butthole, wash my legs, I don't really like wash my feet. I feel like they're getting all the runoff of all the suds and stuff, so I just really dry my feet real good. I don't think I necessarily scrub them.
That's what people with nasty feet say.
FTE Greg and Amy 50 on the Cash App.
Thank you so very much. And screw you, Rhett. I guarantee if you came in here right now, this very second,
And you looked like that.
we were to pull our socks off and show them to even the most negative person in the room, Brian, he would say that I have cleaner looking, better kept feet than you, including
I'm sure they look clean.
Hold on, including toenails. My toenails are probably better kept than yours. I'm just saying, I have better looking feet than you.
I'm sure they look clean, but it's just kind of like the science behind washing your legs. Like if you think you're getting the runoff,
Shut up.
You're kind of not.
Let me give him an absolute negative one for just being
cleanly.
No, you're not. You're
being
not
a jerk, man.
Yeah, just being a jerk.
Bubba's just sharing his shower story.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you got to.
First of all, you ruined the story because he was getting to how he's thinking about me in the shower.
Exactly. You know what? Give Brian a +1 for bringing up.
Brian's just mad because I stopped you from talking about him.
You know what? You just need to know your role and maybe chime in less half-ness.
Yeah, Babyface is
Babyface is in the studio. He's a big-time star. You're behind the glass, bitch. Work it. Sorry, was that an outburst?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, listen. I'm washing my body. Takes me very little, like 2-3 minutes to get it all deal. And so then I turn what I try to do then is I try to turn the water on as hot as I can. What I really like to do, well, I can't really tell you what I really like to do.
You can.
But I turn the shower on like as hot as I can make it for like just to really steam it up, get a nice steam. And then I started thinking about Brian.
Oh.
So the water's beating over like my head, down my gorilla type body, fairly hot. And I'm thinking about, Brian's in today. And then I think, you know what Brian is? Brian is a good irritation. See, there are good irritations and there's bad irritations. This is what I'm thinking in my... No, I'm not just telling you this right now, talking to you as a monologue. I'm reflecting upon my thoughts I'm having in the shower. So I'm thinking, you know what Brian is? Brian is a good irritation. I much equate it to like an infected ingrown hair where, that an infected...
I was going with a pearl. But hold on. A pearl is a good irritation.
All right, so hold on now. Hear me out. Hear me out. So when you have an infected or an ingrown hair, you have an irritation. But it's your body warning you that you have something going on there, and you can like take a pair of tweezers or squeeze it or quickly remedy the situation, and it hurts a little bit, but it's not a game changer, right? Whereas, and having Brian in like a couple times a month, 2-3 times a month, it's like an ingrown hair. It's irritating, but it's
harmless, ultimately harmless.
Harmless,
but more than once a week, it turns into cancer.
Well,
right?
Yeah, it could. Well, no, it turns into a boil. See what happens to an ingrown hair that you don't take care of? It festers and festers and festers. Then it starts to hurt. Now you gotcha a boil.
And you can get infected, and then it kills you.
Right. So Brian is that irritation that's good. It warns you, that I'm irritating, but I'll quickly be out of here soon. I'm only going to irritate you a few times a month. Whereas if I irritated you like 15 times a month, because I was in every Thursday and a couple other days, then Brian would be somewhat like a boil. So he's a good irritation. You're irritating enough to be funny and entertaining. Irritating enough to be entertaining. I like that.
Yeah.
I just came up with that myself.
Genius.
Thank you. So, Lummy, Rhett, I think that my food review today is going to be my Aki McDonald's concoction that the Aki did for me the Aki way. I think that is what today's food review is it not?
Yes, it is.
And I will tell everybody that it's only about, I don't know how long it is, but it's not that long. I know Rhett's going to put a little pre-roll. Make sure you click subscribe, thumb, like, fist. He's going to do that and maybe put some B-roll footage of the event in there to make it a little bit longer. But by the time I got to the truck, first of all, I was headed to Ocala, so I had anxiety about I needed to get to Ocala to get the track ready because we had a couple guys that were testing. And it's always better for me to get to the track a weekend before we're going to race so I can kind of, for lack of a better term, rough in the track, kind of get it roughed in a little bit because the track's a monster. Like if you let the track go 3-4 weeks without tending to it, then all the material slides down to the very bottom and it's almost impossible to get it back up. So if you stay up on it, it's easier. It's like anything, Lummy.
Do they have like silt guards or anything like that you could put onto a track to catch everything?
Not really.
No.
Not really. I had an ingenious idea our third year we were open that I bought baseball tarps.
Oh.
And, rain is what kills a dirt track. That's what kills a dirt track. Well, I bought these, and the corners are, like the straightaways don't get killed that bad because they're not as
steep.
Right, they're not as angled or didn't have as much degree of baking that the corners do. So, material, when it's wet, will slide down easier when it's at a 20-degree slope more so than a 5-degree slope. So in the corners, man, after a large amount of rain, it takes a lot to get the bottom dried up and then to try to get that material moved back up to the top or middle or wherever it came from. So anyway, I was going to Ocala. We had to do this. We did this food review, Lummy. That was the Aki thing.
Yes.
Aki's like the most viral. Brian, are you even familiar with Aki?
No.
You're not?
Mm-mm.
Aki, Lummy or Rhett, one of the two. How would you describe Aki? Like what Aki is?
He's a cook, more of a line cook, but he has some viral recipes. One of them being the Aki way, which is his staple, which is where he adds arugula, his special sauce, tomatoes, and then usually something deep fried on top of your sandwich.
And so Brian, he had like during the COVID, his uncle had like a deli in New York, and this kick-ass kid named Aki.
I sent you a video, or like his YouTube.
Okay, thank you. Kind of had an idea of let me take over the grill here, and
sure.
And I'll just be funny and cook things up for people and have a couple slug lines and things like that. And I'm trying to get it to click. It won't.
Not going.
No, let me show you. Look at like that. And then I click on it, and I click on it again.
Oh.
And I click on it again. Look, click. Nothing locked up.
Of course.
Here you go, baby.
Oh, Lummy just got faced.
Wow,
It's just his shorts.
Lummy got faced. Lummy, what you sent didn't work, and what she sent potentially could work. Let me see.
Well, let's see.
Hold on here. Hold on, Lummy.
Don't want to speak too soon.
Nothing's working
Oh.
Did you get it?
here. Yeah, I got it.
I resent just a link again.
Look on it. Here's your deal, right? Now watch.
Yes, sir.
So, click.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well, maybe it's a
you
problem.
maybe. Well, I mean,
like your computer.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, probably.
Hmm.
So anyway, let me know. Oh, hold on. They're all coming over here.
So we got like 7 windows of Aki open.
He's got 400.
Look.
There we go.
Hold on. So they all up. They all load every one of these.
Every single one. There's like 87.
Oh, let me. Where's that?
Oh, they're all playing
Oh,
too.
Jesus Christ.
You ever been in a room full of Aki before?
That's not good.
That was like a bad trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't even know like I don't even know what's going on, where's that's coming from. Let me I just got rid of all that. Now these are the pages that I have ready to go to talk, and I got a whole nother section over here, but I don't even know what's going on right now.
I think all those YouTube ones are playing because they all had the sound up.
I don't know where to find those. Oh, there they are.
Yeah, I see it. I saw it.
Let me just should I just click? But then see, it looks like I got some stuff over here that I want to look at. See?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is what we're going to do. Watch this. Boom. We'll stop. Oh, is this that Mo guy?
Now we put it on the grill.
Yeah. I don't even know like I don't even know what's going on. Where's that's coming from. Wow. I just got rid of all that. Now these are the. If you've never done mushrooms before, I think we're audibly on mushrooms right now. I think we're on the spectrum. Brian, help me to tell me what we're doing right now. I don't know where to find those. Oh, there they are. Brian. Let me just.
I got nothing.
I think Brian's
Looks like I got some stuff over here that I want to look at. See?
Yeah.
Brian.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help me through. When is this that Mo guy?
Now we put it on the grill.
Yeah. I don't even know like I don't even know what's going on. Where's that's coming from. Wow. I just got rid of all that. Now these are the, if you've never done mushrooms before, I think we're audibly on mushrooms right now. I think we're on the spectrum. Brian, help me to tell me what we're doing right now. I don't know where to find those. Oh, there they are. Brian. Let me just.
I got nothing.
I think Brian's
Looks like I got some stuff over here that I want to look at. See?
Yeah.
Brian.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
Hello?
Power pig.
Hello.
I think we made it.
It's me.
It's me.
It took me all of that to figure out what was happening, where it was coming from, which one of the 1 millionth pages I had open, because I was smashing the button too much, not letting it refresh quick enough. Then had to go back to the live feed that I had opened up on some other windows, try to find those, identify those, then take those down off of, because we were getting a reverb, vortex, deal. We were triple tracking Lummy.
So we're live now.
So now we should be. I think our mushroom trip just ended. Our audible mushroom trip just ended. Now, Brian, back to what I was going to say. And there is this guy named Aki, and there he is. And Aki has become a viral sensation. And what Aki does, he has this little deli in New York, and famous people now, because he's so famous. He's so famous that you got like Deion Sanders' kids and, just all kinds of influencers and people that are trying to go to this guy's deli for him to make them a sandwich called the Aki way. Now, what he does is he can either give you like his famous, Philly cheesesteak concoction, which is his standard sandwich, or you can bring your own ingredients and he'll make it the Aki way. I brought him Publix bread, a quarter pounder and a fish fillet from McDonald's, and told him I wanted a McDonald's surf and turf the Aki way.
On the carb-free mountain bread.
Oh, yeah, on the carb-free mountain bread, yes. And that's available on our YouTube if you'd like to go see it. But I'm trying to bite off this guy, and so what this guy does, Brian, is he is so successful and making so much money on his YouTube and on his TikTok and on his Insta. He's across multiple platforms with huge numbers, pulling in huge revenue. And now he has done this where he will go to a city. So right now, until he would do what they call these food pop-ups, the only way for you to go see this guy would be to go to his restaurant in New York.
Yeah, his little bodega he has.
And so now he goes and picks these cities and does pop-ups at these little mom and pop restaurants or bars. And they set up like this little tent outside with the grill and all. I mean, maybe you could,
I'm sending you
everything you send me, I might double track, triple track, yippee-yo track.
I sent you our short.
You sent our short?
Our short to you.
Okay, here we go. So hold on, let me stop it. I gotta find, where's the volume at here? Let me.
Up top to the right. Yep.
There we go. So what he does, Brian, is he's been to Miami, he's been to Houston, he's been to Los Angeles, and he does these pop-ups for jobbers like me, viral content people that are looking for the Aki rub to go, and he has, Brian, I'm not kidding you, thousands of people show up because everybody thinks they're a content creator. Everybody has their phone trying to create some kind of content for their stupid ass, 465 followers YouTube, right?
Yep.
Nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to create content.
And his sandwiches are good. Really good.
So here's mine. I am guilty of Alex Stein, when I liked him, called me up and said, hey, this Aki dude, and Alex knows the pulse of the internet better than I do. And what pop culturally is cool and viral. And so Alex Stein says, hey, you need to go. This Aki guy does food like these. He's a chef. He whips up food. It's called the Aki way. And he's going to be in Tampa this Saturday at what's the bar called?
Ology.
At Ology Brewery off of Florida. And get there early because there's going to be a couple thousand people there trying to get sandwiches made by this guy. So I have Lummy go and befriend the owners of Ology to get us to the front of the line, being Bubba the Love Sponge, and us having some respect. I mean, we're nearly 100,000 on YouTube. We're starting to get a little flex. And we get moved to the front of the line. Like, we're one of the first 4 or 5 guys that he did. And here it is. But I also got, Brian, I also got his con. Did I not call out his con?
Yes, you did.
Like, there's a con on this. And see, we're not. Do you remember, Brian, when George Carlin said in his stand-up, there's about 10 or 15 families or people that run this entire world, and we're not one of them. You're never really going to be part of the make the decision crowd, because they don't want you to be rich. They don't want you to make any money. They want to keep you down. Well, the content business is the same way. You have, like, if you don't have a certain threshold of flex in the content world with your numbers, then the big dudes won't put you over. Like, if you're beneath them, then they won't do their own standalone with you. And what Aki does is he turns the music up. He's got this music playing, like this rap music playing, and he turns it up so high that he can barely hear what you're saying. And if you try to use it, you'll get a copyright strike. So do you see what I'm saying, Brian?
Yeah.
So if you try to make content using him and put it on your place, that he's got the music up so high, and you don't you don't get anything other than him making you a sandwich.
You could always redub it though, right?
But so this is I had it better than anybody there, but he didn't make me a video that he used. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So here's what I got.
Happy birthday, my friend.
See, he's got the music up so loud so that anybody that's trying to record, 1, you can barely hear, but 2, you're going to get a copyright strike.
I want to get a McDonald's surf and turf on Publix Mountain Bread, and it's only going to go down my gullet one way. Aki style, my man. Yeah.
And I'm trying to play the gimmick, you know.
Yeah, you're marking out.
I am. I'm marking out. I'm marking out for viral. I'm trying to go viral, bitch. I'm a viral bitch. I'm a viral slut. My legs are spread for viral. So I had Lummy there with the camera, and right there with the camera. Most people don't roll up with 2 camera dudes.
And I was trying to block the speaker with my fat ass.
So I had Lummy put his. So hold on. Our game plan was, I was like, Lummy, go and put your butt against the speaker to try to drown it out the best you can.
Lummy's moves are taking on most of the sound waves.
Yep.
Jiggling.
Yeah, the speaker is literally right here, and Lummy is leaning against it, trying to game the system.
Can't get you back.
Hold on. Never.
So I completely marked out. It's doing pretty well, on our various platforms. But when Aki does one, he has his film crew there, and this is how he really does them if he wants to take care of you. And Shador Sanders, Dion's son, let me find me that one. Yep. He went over, I think last week or 2 weeks, happened to be in New York. His guys probably called Aki's guys, told him who he was, and they completely rolled out the red carpet for him.
This young lady, man, help you today.
So look at how much different this is than his food pop-ups are.
Can I get the New York Post special the Aki way?
Sure. First we put the grilled chicken on the grill. Then we put the turkey bacon on the grill. Then you put the hash brown on the fryer. Now we slice up some pastrami. Now we put it on the grill. Now we put the beef patty on the grill. Now we put the cheese on top of everything. Now we put some mixed cheese on the beef patty. Now we put some spinach on top. Once everything is ready, now we put everything together. Once everything's ready, now we put it on top.
Put it on top of the paper.
Put the paper.
Then we wrap it up.
So wait.
Hold on. Watch out.
OMG.
And then he'll say, don't forget the Bev.
Don't forget the Bev. Never. Now we
I sent
serve
you
it to
the
So
Shador
hold on
one.
now.
Real
So-
quick,
so hold
people
on.
watch this for fun, like voluntarily, like, hey, I'm going to sit around and watch this guy make a sandwich.
Brian.
Well, he makes it like you bring ingredients.
Brian.
And
Yeah.
Brian.
Have you met me?
Brian.
Yeah.
This dude is. Hold on here.
Got almost millions of subscribers.
This dude is making millions of dollars.
I don't want to be a part of this world anymore.
Okay.
Like, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Well, a lot of your people have made this world this way. Okay?
My people?
Yes.
My people.
Yes, you.
Yes.
Yes, you people.
Yes, you people. Now, listen, would we not agree?
Pasty white people.
Listen, would we not agree that you're at least the bluest and the leftist that we know? Of all the people that come on the air, who's the bluest and the leftist?
Brian.
I mean, without a doubt.
But
you know
this
that,
is
buddy.
not. I wasn't even aware of this guy. How is it?
So when you're really a big,
This is your people.
when you're really a big time star like
Embrace it.
Shador Sanders, you call your people calls Aki's peoples, tell them that Shador is going to be in there, and then they give you this kind of treatment because Shador's got a ton of followers and he's famous. So Aki really puts it over for people that can give him a rub as much as he can give you a rub. But if you're just some radio personality that's floating around 100,000, that's not a big enough rub for you. So you get what I got. Now I got probably 90% better than what the 1,000 people behind me got. But if you're really, really VIP, then Aki gives you, this is the type of content Aki will give you.
Special, add the mac and cheese.
The Aki way.
Sure.
All right, first you gotta put the burger on the grill.
And then he brings a celebrity.
Wow.
He brings the celebrity behind to do it with you.
Then we hit it with the onions. And what we do with the mozzarella sticks?
Throw them in the fryer.
Sure. Then we hit the garlic bread on the grill.
You gotta put the cheese on the bread.
Sure. Then you know we gotta hit the bacon on the grill. Then we chop it up. After we chop,
hit it with the seasoning.
So,
what?
Anyway, Brian.
Yeah.
This guy now has taken from being in his deli, so now he goes from city to city on the weekends, and thousands of people pay for him to make you a sandwich and for you to try to get some type of viral content. But he only provides really good viral content to really big creators. It's a big shakedown, man. It's a club that I'm trying to get into.
So let me ask you this: so your video, how much better is it performing than your average video?
You'd have to ask Rhett and Lummy that.
Rhett and Lummy, how much better is the Aki Bubba video performing versus any other video that Bubba makes?
Slightly.
Like slightly what? Like 3% better? I mean, what are we talking about here? What did the Aki rub get Bubba?
Well, hold on.
Well, if it was on his Instagram.
Hold on, Brian. Here's what we were hoping. That it would be, we would get a little bit more of a rub. We would get kind of like what the Shador Sanders guy got. And that then Aki tags you, puts it, and uses your content and the content you got and tags you. You either tag him or he tags you or you tag both on each other's video. And it just explodes because all of his people come over and watch your stuff. But we're not part of that club yet. We're not quite part of that club yet.
And it probably would have been easier if we had the accessibility to go see him in his own store, which a lot of these people do, because I'm sure he doesn't have a line of thousands of people waiting to, get his food.
Well, wasn't Anna just in New York?
Well, I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, I mean, stop, Brian. Just stop. just be happy with what we
Don't try to
got.
reverse the heat.
Quit trying to lay heat on my girl. Okay?
I'm not trying to lay heat. I'm just I don't like this. I don't get it. This drives
and we
me
don't
insane.
either. We got screwed.
But you're trying to get a part of it. You're trying to get into it.
Of course, Brian. Hold on, Brian. If I don't try to continue to digitally expand my brand, I'm done.
Brian, what business are we in?
Brian, we're in the show business, and show business has changed. Would you would be the first to agree that show business, for instance, when we were growing up, show business used to be one of three things: either the silver screen, TV, or cable, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now, would you not agree that
radio?
Okay, and radio.
I mean,
okay, yeah. Okay, but would you not agree now that streaming is as important, if not maybe the biggest pie of all of that now?
Yeah.
Of all of that, silver screen, cable TV, radio, and regular TV.
I'd still say, yeah, movies are still the biggest way to get big bucks, but you're so limited in what can actually make money.
Right. And so, but streaming, Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, Paramount, every major network, Fox, every major network has a streaming arm, Disney. And that is probably the biggest pie of all. And we happen to be the only people, at least in this city, that's able to make, a living out of just our streaming numbers. So that requires us to go out and get content like this and try to create content.
I'm not hating the player. I'm hating the game. I'm hating the game. The game
sucks. I hate the game. I wish I had the $3.5 million Sirius XM contract where all I had to do was one radio show. Man, that ship has sailed, buddy. I'm over here, being a used car salesman on the stream. Hello.
Hey, Bubba.
Yeah.
Jeff Capucci.
Who?
Hey, Jeff Capucci.
Oh, hi, Jeff Capucci. Obviously an inside radio. Let me. Nobody would know who Jeff Capucci. Nobody that didn't know radio very extensively wouldn't know who Jeff Capucci is. But nonetheless, hello, buddy.
Yeah, it's Booger. Hey, oh, by the way, Babyface. Everybody knows it's a bodega, not a bodega.
I didn't say the word. That was Lummy, buddy.
Yeah, I just said bodega.
Oh, was it? All right, Lummy.
Yeah,
I'm from Florida.
But nice try.
But nice try. I mean, nice try, buddy.
Yeah.
Try to listen to the show a little bit more correctly, okay? Jeff. Jeff Capucci.
Yeah, sorry about that, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I was just calling. I wonder if you got the book I sent you.
Well, what book was that?
The one from Bob, the New Haven police officer.
Yes, I did get that book, as a matter of fact. I did.
Okay, because I was on vacation and missed a few shows that I couldn't find on Rumble, so I didn't know if maybe you got it or not. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you for that.
Right. One more thing.
Yeah. Anna, can you send me the Marjorie Taylor Hunter Biden thing? Mm-hmm. Because during that vortex, I completely clicked out of it by mistake when I was trying to show Brian the Aki phenomenon that he's now sick to his stomach over. Yes, but Jeff Capuzzi, last question of the day. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, and this is why you're a genius, because I was just going to say, don't you wish you and I could get the Hunter Biden deal when it comes to taxes owed?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, I wish I could get that deal. Sure. All right, buddy. I appreciate.
All right, buddy. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, Jeff Capucci.
Wow, bring the show to a screeching halt.
Believe it or not.
Absolutely not.
Everything you heard about him has been toned down for easier public acceptance. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
That would be, let me. Yes. Bubba tries to explain the Aki way to Brian.
Oh my God. I just can't.
I know.
This bullshit.
But Brian, guess what? It's the game you gotta fucking play.
I'm not in it.
No, motherfucker,
You're in it.
Yeah, so don't be a fucking smartass about my game, bitch.
I don't hate the player. I hate the game.
Okay, well, you better support my fucking game, bitch. You're about to get out of here.
Support me. Help me.
You fucking ingrown hair nail.
Ingrown hair nail.
That was an irritant you liked.
Not when I don't like it. It's only an irritant I like when I like it. But once I don't like it, it's an irritant I don't like.
Well, that makes sense.
Right.
Good morning, Dr. Dan Diaco.
He always tunes in when I'm on. That's nice of him.
The kid has to learn how to work.
Exactly. Dan, tell him, learn how to fucking work.
I refuse to. I'm not going to ever be a part of that game. Ever.
It's the game that pays our bills. You dumb fuck.
I mean, I'll be a part of it peripherally on the show here, but...
If we're not playing those games, Brian, guess what I'm doing? I'm sleeping beside that big tall black guy outside your office. Okay?
Did you lose one of your TVs, Bubba? Because there was I saw a homeless guy on a bike rolling down the street yesterday as I was coming into work with like a 55-inch
Yeah,
TV.
we didn't realize it's broken, but yeah, we threw one out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
He absolutely was riding down Lemon with a 55-inch TV on his shoulder. I knew it had to have been one of yours.
You got fucking footage of that.
He's not part of that game, Bubba.
He's part of what?
I'm not a part of that game.
He doesn't get footage when he sees good shit like that.
No, my first reaction when I see stuff in my life isn't, I need to record this.
Anna, did you send me the Marjorie Taylor?
I did.
Hey, remember you're supposed to say I sent you the Marjorie Taylor
Well,
because
you told me to do it. I sent it in about 10 seconds. You want me to send it again?
No, I got it.
All right.
But always audibly tell me.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Morning Bubba Show. Yes, no. Yeah, we'll be back in about 3-4 minutes, right?
Brian's so fucking stiff. Like if he would just be nice.
It's really just coming at you over here.
Like, you know, you just gotta kick us all the fucking. You gotta just always fucking put your boot on our neck.
There's no boot on the
Like
neck.
a
I'm not
fucking little
I'm-
nerd boy. When deep down, as a man, I can beat you up.
Yeah, so.
As a man, I can beat you up.
Well,
But
make a video of it and let's go viral. Sure, beat me up, Bubba.
Don't forget the bag.
First, I put him in a headlock. Then, I punch him in the face. Then, I put him to the ground. Then, this is the Bubba way.
Then I punch him in the face. Then I call his wife to come get him. Then she takes him to the hospital. Then he gets back to work on Monday and fucking sues me.
Don't forget the bevy.
Don't forget the civil trial.
Don't forget this.
Then I call the cops and have him arrested for battery. Because he put the video on the YouTube channel because now I have the evidence. Right?
Exactly.
He's getting good views though.
Now here comes the civil trial.
No, but you guys see these numbers. They're going through the roof.
Brian would say, good, I'm going to own those numbers. Those numbers will be mine. Oh, shit, Lummy.
You need me to help you?
No. But thank you for being the only one to offer me assistance.
Well, you said, oh shit, Lummy. So, if you just said, oh shit, I would say, are you okay, Muffy?
Lummy's top of mind when it comes to love.
Thank you, Bubba.
Did you get Greg and Amy?
Oh yes, that was the first one of the day in the cash app.
Yeah, we had a little,
Yep, and Stanley the Sniper overnight, $10.
Oh, we have
Cash
after.
App.
I think we got some after hours trading we got to get through.
Straight the Bubba way. Cheese and ketchup only.
I know, Brian. Isn't it fucking pathetic that our society is that fucking stupid? That's how they're entertained.
Broadcasting live
Filthy bastard!
from the den of sin. Just leave your morals at the door. Yeah! You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Brian, the babyface Matroni in today. Tomorrow, boy, I pulled a fast one for tomorrow yesterday, Lummy. Look at this. And Brian will appreciate this.
Yeah.
So Kevin Hazelet, who I haven't had on, like Dan's like, he's my boyfriend, and he's full-time, three days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays. And Brian, I'd love to have Brian. To be honest with you, Brian, I'd love to have you every Thursday, like, for real.
And I'm working on, in the future, keeping my Thursday schedule clear. I've got next Thursday.
You got some big cases going on right now, so I can't ever. Well, I got to be really super mindful that you got a couple big cases, and so like you do have to miss certain Thursdays, which I have no problem with. You're not being a pussy. You're making millions.
Truly, I had a wrongful death trial this past week. And it went really well.
I know. What I just said was very factual.
Yep.
So. And by the way, man, if you get into any personal injury type of stuff, you can always call Hunter Law. Well, 1-844. Is it 1-844 Ask Gina?
844 Ask Gina. You can leave out the 1. It's 2023.
Oh, sorry.
Do it the Brian way. Leave out the 1.
84. The one I'm going to leave out's you, bitch. 844 Ask Gina. And so Brian's going to try to be in here as many Thursdays as he can. Dan's locked for Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And so I got Wednesdays a little bit flapping, and I kind of like the dynamic sometimes of just us in here without you guys, without a person in that seat. But occasionally I'll try to get Kevin. Now Kevin is probably one of the most during the summertime. Kevin travels a lot. Kevin's obviously a partner in a fairly large, I think his firm's pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah, they're large. They would be considered a larger firm.
Right. I mean, it's a pretty big firm, and Kevin's a partner. And I think Kevin is at the point of his firm career, Brian, where he can take a step back, travel a little bit more, and maybe worry about the big ones.
Run for public office, travel.
Sure.
So
Wednesday, Kevin was he said like, hey, can I get can I come in on Wednesday? And I'm like, sure. Sure.
Sure.
Last minute on Tuesday.
Hall of Fame's counting Big Go 25 on the Rumble.
Oh, actually, Lummy, we had some after hours trading, one of which was Super Fat Bubba Light.
Oh, thank you.
For 100 on the PayPal. And my bestest friend, John Castica, I think fiscally, he's like the highest for the year.
Yes, he is.
John Castica from Valparaiso, Indiana, and a newly nominated Hall of Fame,
Candidate.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Candidate. John Castica, both him and Super Fat Bubba Light on the PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, all at the Bubba Army. $100 from both of those fine gentlemen last night, and some after hours trading. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Kevin texts me late Tuesday night and says, hey, I got a hearing that just came up, and I can't make Wednesday's show. What about Friday? So I'm like, this has actually really been bugging me. I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to.
Did he have to do Shuli's show, too, on Wednesday?
Oof. Ouch.
It was so deep, it was almost funny. Give him a +1.
Oh, wow.
Woo, that could have gone one of two ways.
I mean, it was funny. It was a shot. I got to take it. So, no, what I have to do at this point is I either have to cancel Dan or tell Kevin no. Right?
Can you tell Kevin to come in at like 9?
Well, just hold on. Don't get ahead of yourself there, sweetie.
Okay.
Give me a little more credit. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do this. Kevin likes to come in at 8 anyway. That's kind of like when he likes to come in. And Dan likes to be here from second one of the program and get as much Dr. Dan real estate as he can get in. I mean, Dan's just shot out of a cannon. I mean, it's just straight.
4 monsters in by 6 a.m.
We're full Planet Dan by 6:01. He's just straight on it. So I get a hold of Dan and I go, hey, buddy, need to ask you a favor. And he's like, what? He just got out of surgery. I said, Kevin was supposed to be on the show Wednesday, but I had a quick cancellation based on some kind of legal matter. Would there be any way I get you to do 6 to 8 tomorrow, and then slide Kevin in 8 to 10? Would that be something that you'd be okay with? And the Akiway Lummy, of course, Dan. Sure. Yeah. So thank you, Dan, for giving up a little bit of your real estate, my friend, for the betterment of my mentals. Because at the end of the day, it puts I get a little anxiety over. I don't want to tell Kevin no, and I don't want to piss off Dan. So you can see where I could get a little anxiety, right?
Absolutely.
So both,
Now is Jay gonna come in?
No, I said tell Jay, so Jay will not be in.
Okay.
So that's what we got going on for us tomorrow. It'll be Dan early for the boy, but Lummy, when Dan only knows he's got 2 hours to get all Planet Dan in.
That's going to be amazing.
He's going to have to really amazing. It's going to be we're going to have to quell him.
Well, that's why
we may have to blow dart him with a Marlon Perkins type rhino tranquilizer when he walks in here, because he's going to be just frothing at the mouth trying to get as much of his Danisms as he can get in.
Well, I think that's why he's in chat right now. Currently, he's trying to make up for that lost time for tomorrow.
What's he saying on chat right now?
He's going after Brian.
He's coming after me.
What is he on Rumble chat or
he's on Rumble?
Yeah.
What? No, Dan, why are you Dan? Why are you coming at Brian?
Oh, he's just telling him he doesn't know how to work and.
Yeah.
All right, Dan.
And I run and hide.
Dan, be supportive of your fellow co-host.
No, I don't. I don't need Dan's support. It's quite all right.
Hello, who's this? Dan, I feel like Arlene. Dan, be nice. Just Dan, be nice, okay? Hello.
Hey, Bub, it's Dave West Palm.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, couple quick questions. Number one, have you made up with Alex Stein? Is he going to be on the show anytime soon?
I have not made up with Alex Stein.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. That was a very factual statement, and he left it at that.
Yep.
Right, that would have been like a really kick-ass statement, like if somebody was deposing me.
That's a deposition answer right
Exactly.
there. Yep. Don't give him anything more than what it takes to answer the question.
Nope. When I'm in depo, I have not made contact or repaired my relationship with Alex Stein.
Okay. Second question. I don't know if you saw, it was on the news the other day about New York Times came out in an article and said that the COVID deaths were over-exaggerated by 30%. And that's exactly what we were all saying like 3 years ago. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't see that, but I believe it. I absolutely believe it.
Yep.
I mean,
they came out and said that basically because they were classifying COVID deaths as things that didn't even have to deal with COVID.
I mean,
we all were saying.
Do they have the statistics as to how many people didn't get the shot that didn't die? I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, that's probably a lot considering that it was only offing a small percentage of the population anyways.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, they made it a pretty big deal. They were taking people's rights away if you didn't get the shot. Were they not? Can't travel.
They
taking jobs away.
They tried to,
took people's jobs away.
Yeah, they tried to, but it didn't last too long.
But they did nonetheless. That's my first one of the day. But
it was the attempt.
But they did. I mean, they tried. Did they not?
Yeah.
They tried to say, hey, listen, you know what? If you don't get a shot, you can't work at Google or you can't work at Facebook, things like that. And a lot of companies were able to pull that off.
Or make it very inconvenient. Like you'd have to get tested twice a week. And
yeah. Brian, you're one. You went way overboard. You know that, buddy.
I just try to save my mom's life. And
I know.
So.
You are such a... All right, but anything else you got for me, buddy? Brian's just... See you later.
No, I was just going to say, I was just going to say 6 months ago, I went to go apply for a job, and of course the corporate headquarters is in California, and they said as a requirement to even apply for the job, I had to get a COVID shot. I said, nope, bye.
Yeah, I mean,
that's fine.
There was a lot of that. There was a lot of that.
Honestly,
there really was.
That's fine because at least it's not like you had the job and then all of a sudden they're like, you have to get it to keep it versus like these are the requirements of the job to.
But I don't think that's ever been. I don't think that's ever been a precedent we've had to establish in our country prior.
But whatever, the company has the right to do it. It's to me, I felt bad for people that are like, you have a job and you're going to lose it because you're like, hey, this was not a requirement.
I think it's bad
applied.
both. No matter how you slice it.
What?
Anna, let me jump in here real quick. The kicker was the fact that this is totally a remote, 100% remote job.
Oh, I never said it wasn't ridiculous.
Now hold on. That is ridiculous. If you're completely working remotely and you're never going to step foot in those headquarters and you're completely remote, Willie, I think that is completely like almost borderline R, that they're going to make you get the shot, even if you're never going to ever step foot into their facility.
Well, it's not about safety; it's about image. So that's why they were doing that. And it's dumb as hell, obviously, but it is what it is.
Anyway, buddy, I'm just I'm glad you didn't get the job because you wouldn't be able to listen to the show as much.
Well, you didn't have to waste your time applying, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, whatever. Listen, Brian from Philly or whatever the hell. This is David from West Palm Beach. Yeah. I got it right. David from West Palm Beach.
You got it right.
I know you're great Bubba Army. I know that you're. By what means do you listen to us or watch us, David from West Palm Beach?
YouTube.
All right.
Already subscribed, already liked.
Fantastic. 35% of our listeners are not. You unappreciative mother effers. Spread the word.
Right,
appreciate it. Thanks.
Bye.
So the Aki food review of the sandwich that he made me will go up today at 5 o'clock as my food review, and I will arguably it's a little bit short because I'd stand in line for an hour. Brian, we were escorted to the front of the line, and we still standed on hot black pavement for 90 minutes.
You should have seen the humanity there, Brian.
Oh my God.
90 minutes, and Brian, there was a line, and I'm not exaggerating. There was a line that went from here. You know that bridge right beside your office?
Yeah.
From about here to there.
Oh man, if there ever was a time for some sort of terrible event to befall all those people, it probably would be an improvement for the world.
Now, you've seen Lummy sweat through a T-shirt on an average sports show, but you should have seen him in the parking lot.
Plus he was. So hold on.
Oh my God.
And then hold on. And then let's not forget about how high you were.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, as drunk as Lummy was, you were high. I mean, you were so high at sometimes that you were delayed. You were delayed. I know what time exactly when it was. It was Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. You got there at 11:06. Strike one. High as absolute hell. Worried about looking at your phone so that you can see your doggy cam to see that he's okay.
Sounds like Rhett could have gotten there at 12:06 and been perfectly fine with how long it took you guys to get in there.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it.
Oh, so he could job us out, Brian?
Oh, I would.
I'm not saying job you out. I'm just saying he didn't miss nothing.
You missed the point.
We had fun hanging out in line.
No, if the boss is going to be there, bitch.
No, you
got to be. The two schlep boys are going to be there too.
If you're not there 10 minutes before the boss, you're late.
You're exactly.
Yeah.
Let's not even get into that. But we sat there for an hour and a half. So by the time I got back to the truck, which I was supposed to be in Ocala, because I had to do this big food review that Alex Stein said it was going to make me go viral and be the next whatever, which didn't. I did. But you're right. I have to try. One of these will hit. And so I did the Aki sandwich that he whipped up for me food review in the truck. But I will tell you this, and I gave half of it to you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Red. I didn't know that you really. To me, it didn't look like you were that hungry.
Oh, it didn't.
Yeah. So I guess it was probably was that kind of a dick move, Lummy, that I just automatically assumed you were going to get half, my favorite, and he didn't got nothing.
Well, Rhett showed up late, and he's a ginge, so.
Oh, that's true.
I gave him a bite, Brian.
Give Brian another point for that one.
I mean,
He showed up late, and he's a ginge.
Yeah, I gave him a bite, Brian.
When you should have seen the way. When you show up late and you're a ginge, then you don't get none.
You should have seen the way Lummy policed my bite as well. He gave me one bite, but
he's like,
he damn sure made sure it wasn't a very good bite.
Lummy, when you handed the sandwich to him to bite, did you put your fingers kind of like give him a little boundary?
Yeah, he kept his hand like right on top of the sandwich to where if I wanted to get after it.
He didn't want you to go deep.
At this
he didn't want you to go to the warning track on the sandwich.
That's right.
By the way,
was it good?
Speaking of warning track, the Rays are in trouble.
They're struggling.
Finally behind Baltimore, right?
They are.
Yeah, they're now technically but percentage points, winning percentage, they're behind.
It's literally like 0.04.
0.05.
It's the pitching, man. The pitching is just. I mean, what we're noted for. Our pitching.
Well, the pitching hasn't been atrocious.
No.
The bats have died.
Yep.
The bats have died. They're all overswinging.
And errors.
They stopped playing small ball. They stopped doing what was working. They're all swinging for the fences now. They're all pressing. You go through this in a season, but if they don't pull the nose up this weekend, if they get swept by Baltimore, you can cancel Christmas. Kitchen's closed.
They need at least 2 out of 3 from Baltimore, right?
Yep.
And if they get 1 out of 3 are swept, Katie bar the door, they're in trouble.
Yeah, they've got it, and really whatever deadline, trade deadline moves they're going to make, I would be making them now. Do something to shake things up, because right now this team is just
soulless,
in free fall. Yeah,
it really doesn't. It's lost its fight, and it's kind of lost its identity a little bit.
Yeah,
they're kind of lost. And this is where Cash needs to step up as a skip. And really, this is where, I don't know if I'm not going to get too far down the rabbit hole with regards to the Rays and sports and Tampa specific in general. But this, and maybe you'll agree with me, Brian, but this is where a seasoned guy like Joe Madden can, shake things up in the clubhouse by like saying, hey, tomorrow night it's disco night. I want all you do, because he would do that. Like, they would get into a skid, and then he would be like, you know what, for the next week, we're going to have theme nights, and tomorrow night is disco night. So when you show up at the ballpark, I want everybody to be in their disco wear. Or he would have bring your dog. He would try to do something to kind of break up the losing woes me mentality by something fun. Like one time he turned the Rays clubhouse into a nightclub. They were down, I think they lost like 5 or 6 in a row one time. And he had the managers turn. I mean the skip. What are the kids? What are the guys that help the crew?
The Bat Boys?
No, the
clubhouse managers.
The clubhouse managers. They went and got like a DJ and some speakers in a fog machine, and they had like a little nightclub deal. And then they went on to win 4 in a row. So this is where Cash has got to step in and talk to the leaders of the team, or be an out-of-the-box skipper to kind of break this funk. Don't you agree?
Yeah, he's got to do something. But I think they've got to get some whatever moves they're going to make now. Make them early. Don't sit back at the trade deadline.
And what do they need? Like specifically, if they are going to be aggressive during the trade deadline, what do the Rays need right now that would potentially? A closer?
A reliever.
Well, they need 2 middle relievers. Mm-hmm. They need a starting pitcher, and maybe an upgrade at one of the bat positions.
They need I feel like they need a little more speed too, a little speed and a little contact. Little fiery guy.
I mean, they're fine on the stolen bases.
I'm talking about like a little fiery guy.
The problem is they're not getting on base to steal bases right now. So that's the real issue.
They need a new hitting coach?
I mean, honestly,
no.
if they were serious, if the
they led the league in home runs for the first half of the season.
Yeah, they've fallen behind. But if they were serious, if they said we're truly all in, this is our window of opportunity, this is the season, then you trade for Shohei Ohtani. I mean, that's what you do.
You can't afford him.
You can afford him for 6 months, or for 3 months. You can afford him for 3 months, and he gives you positional flexibility because...
And he's absolutely a stud.
He's a stud.
So as far as guys you could trade away to get Ohtani, who would you say is off limits? Would it be McClanahan? Would it be a Rosarena? Or would it be Wander Franco?
I would say anybody on the current Major League roster, but you'd give away...
You couldn't give away Franco.
I feel like you'd have to lose one of those guys.
Could not lose Franco.
You would dive into that farm system and just kill it.
I think you give them 4 good pieces from your farm system.
And then we'd be struggling.
We wouldn't be struggling. It would be a setback, but they have the number 3 farm system in baseball anyways. So what are you going to, because the rotation they do right now is they keep players, they wait for their arbitration years, they either trade them or cut them, and then they bring up, a farmhand. And at this point, if you're truly committed, if you think this team has a chance, quite honestly, I wouldn't bother because the Braves look pretty damn unbeatable.
Nobody's got anything for the Braves.
I don't know that you're winning a World Series with Ohtani against the Braves, and the Rays got the numbers, guys. I mean, they know what type of difference Ohtani could make to their lineup, but what he does do is allow you to carry an extra player essentially because he's your DH. And he's a starting pitcher, so it frees up a roster spot to have an extra either utility player or more importantly, an extra arm out of the bullpen.
I think you go and get a guy like Johnny Gomes, brings a little energy into the clubhouse.
Well, Johnny Gomes is 50, but anyway,
but I'm saying like him.
Hi, who's this?
Hey, morning, Bubba.
What if they don't do anything?
They'll make the playoffs and they'll lose in the first round.
Yeah. Who's this? Quickly, I'm running behind. Hello.
Hi, it's Mike from Naples. I was just wondering if Alex deserved maybe a pass for getting Twitter back and
You know,
being naive and dumb.
maybe. I don't know. He has his big fight this weekend, so I'm not going to bug him. Maybe we'll reconnect after he gets his ass kicked this Saturday night.
Brett
there
Lamey,
you go.
20 on the Venmo.
Right, Lummy? I mean, there's big fights this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget, 5 o'clock, my new food review of my Aki McDonald's Surf and Turf goes up at 5 o'clock. Lummy, did you get the Bobby Pierce video and still that I sent you?
Yeah, I sent it to him yesterday. He's working on
Gary
it.
Cantrell is?
Yep.
The smooth operator?
Gary the Cantrell.
Thank you, Gary the Cantrell.
He's working on it.
A good friend of mine, Bobby Pierce, is the current points leader in the World of Outlaw late model series, and he took a couple Bubba Army stickers, and there was this sheet metal manufacturer. Bobby's a friend of mine, and by the way, I think he's the leader of the World of Outlaw late model points. Like he's a big time he's a big time dirt late model, champion, big time driver, young kid out of Illinois,
26 years old, Oakwood, Illinois.
Yeah, great kid. Well, I've known him for years, and so I sent him a little Bubba Army package along with some Bubba Army stickers. And Lummy, he put them on. There's a sheet metal manufacturer that he's no longer, it's no longer a sponsor. So he took the Bubba Army stickers and plastered them over this guy's logo, and sent me a picture of it. And so that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna make a little video, Gary Cantrell is gonna make me a little Bobby Pierce video or a short.
Yeah, a little short
that we can put up. I had the pictures here.
I'm trying to.
Hello, who's this?
What's up, Bubba?
Yeah.
I've never called in before, man. I've been listening to you forever.
We can tell.
I'm out of Charles.
I sent you the picture
from on the IM.
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead, buddy. You never called before, but now you are on, and oddly enough, guess what? You're on the air, bud.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, man. I'm calling out of Charleston, South Carolina. I've been listening to you since God, I don't even know, over 10 years for sure.
And now we're no longer on,
doors open
98.1. And so how are you getting us now?
Man, well, I was listening to you on Twitch, and that.
Well, we're on Twitch on Tuesdays, the after show, Twitch Tuesdays. We do that there.
Except for this week, it was on Wednesday.
Right.
Except this week, it was on Wednesday because I had a meltdown.
Yeah. So also YouTube, and I listen to all your podcasts and subscribe.
Yeah.
I love you guys, man. I listen to you all the time.
I wonder how many people. I wonder how many X98 rockers actually said, hey, we're not gonna. I mean, I appreciate the great rock music that you're playing in the morning, but Bubba was my gig, and I now have to find out a different way to listen. I wonder how many people we got that made the transformation from listening to us on regular terrestrial radio to our other means from Charleston. I got to think a lot. We were there for 13 years.
I've seen a lot on YouTube.
Well, hey, can I suggest something?
Yes, please.
I know you say it. I know you say it a lot, but I feel like it might be kind of quick for some people. But maybe just say it more, like where you are all the time, because I know me. Like for a while, I had to like figure out. Oh shit! Sorry. Oops. Sorry.
It's all right.
He's live on YouTube. And I had to like kind of find that, and I didn't know if it was like Kick now or Rumble. I know you talk about it, but
we're pretty much trying to aggregate everything to YouTube and Rumble, and that's what we're kind of, those are the two big franchises, and then of course BubbaArmyRadio.com, which we're getting ready to roll out an all new, improved BubbaArmyRadio.com, which you might want to. There's just going to be some really neat features over there coming soon. So between YouTube, Rumble, and BubbaArmyRadio.com, that's where we're trying to make everybody go. So maybe we need to promote that a little bit more. And so thank you for the suggestion. We'll try to do that, bud.
Yeah. I have the Bubba Army app as well, just so you know.
The only thing is that the Bubba Army app, The current Bubba Army app only jives with BubbaArmyRadio.com in the listen feature. Like, that's the only thing. We're going to try to make a new app. We're going to try to make a new app that mirrors Bubba Army Radio so that, you know, listening to old archives and things like that you can do via the app. So that's one of the things that we're working on.
Awesome. Well, hey, one more thing, just because I know you like it. I'm sitting right beside my my hot girlfriend. She's got really nice jugs.
Really? She got her
Put her on.
Yeah.
Why are we even talking to you, you
Yeah,
jobber?
can
10
we-
years, you wait to call in.
Yeah. 10
You got
years.
your turn signal on.
and
It
you
sounds
know-
like you're wrenching under the hood.
You know my weak spot is, you know, hot chicks with big jugs, and you're withholding her from me.
I'm not. No, you got to say something. Come here.
It's not true. It's not true.
Yes, it is. She's got huge jugs and a nice
And
rear
she
as well.
she's good to you too, right? And does she know that
And
you're does she know that you're a favorite? Is she familiar with the show at all?
Oh yeah. She's not like me, but yeah, she's.
Hey, let
she
me
knows
put
how-
her put her let me put her on, and let me just ask her some real simple Bubba Army trivia that you know, even just the most novice of Bubba Army would know.
She's only going to come on if she can talk to Ned.
I don't think.
Let me get that in mind.
I don't think she would know. I don't think she would know anything.
Well, I think
But
she
you
would
can
know.
try.
Oh, I'm going to try. Okay, what's her first name only?
Taylor.
Taylor. Hello, Taylor.
Hey.
Now, Taylor, do you know who the female person on my show is? Who's real irritating?
Anna.
There we go.
I wouldn't say.
There you
I wouldn't
go.
say irritating.
You wouldn't say irritating. You would say I like Anna.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So
Definitely.
then who's the real narcissistic guy who drives a Ferrari and is a plastic surgeon and a doctor and everything has to be gold plated and he's way over the top?
Dr. Dan.
Oh, there you go. And who's kind of the?
Hey, I'm getting help. I'm getting some help.
Oh, you know what?
he's
There you
cheating.
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
you're
That's
cheating.
not cool.
Yeah, he's your man's telling you what to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's so excited. He's like a little kid on Christmas. His eyes are lit up. And
Did he
he's
just figure out how to
whispering
use
in
a
the
phone after
Well,
10 years?
maybe sweet. You can go to Bubba Army.
I'm a working man, Brian.
Maybe you, ma'am, can go to BubbaArmyMerch.com here in a couple weeks when we have all of our new stuff up and order him some stuff for Christmas or something, some Bubba Army swag.
No, that's a great idea. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
All
I'm
right.
so thrilled. This is going to make his day. He's going to talk about it all day long.
Perfect. Hopefully, now later tonight, maybe some oral. Well, can you give him some oral tonight?
Oh yeah.
No, I mean.
I've been doing that every day this week. It's been something's in the air.
Okay, so again, can we make it, the fourth day in a row? I mean, since we've had a Monday through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, can we make it? Can it be an oraling Thursday?
Yeah, we're not going to break the streak now.
There you go, buddy. You got oral locked in for tonight. There you go. That's what Bubba Army does for you, kid.
Awesome.
What
That's exactly right.
what other radio station in the world has their listeners call in, and after it's all said and done, the host gets the woman on the air and locks the guy in for some oral? Nobody does. We do.
one.
We're the only ones.
No one does.
Thanks. Hey, buddy,
Only
listen.
one.
Tell everybody in Charleston we miss them, and good luck on the Orland tonight.
All right, man.
Thank
Thanks.
you. All right. So before I go to words, let me, if they could on the screen real fast, Bobby Pierce, the World of Outlaw champion,
the smooth operator,
sent me a picture a couple nights ago. He'd won the feature, and he goes, "Hey, I slapped on your stickers that you sent me from the T-shirts and stuff. And what do you think?" I'm like, "Oh, that's super cool." So that you guys may think it's stupid, but I think it's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah, thanks. Like Brian could even care less. He doesn't even know what kind of car that is.
That's a
race car.
A open wheel late model.
Is he right?
No.
Oh.
He intermixed two classes.
I did that
when I come back. Let me. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene shows off X-rated pics of Hunter Biden in the chambers, and
aggressive.
that is aggressive, but nonetheless
Kind
pretty
of hilarious.
Nonetheless,
pretty second one of the day. Pretty pimp. I mean, right?
On his part or
I mean, Brian.
hers?
I mean, I know as much as you're a Hunter Biden fan.
Oh yeah, I got my Hunter Biden T-shirt.
If you could wear
Make
a Hunter
America
Biden,
coked again.
but I mean, We even we'll get into that next. Hold on.
Yep, they phoned that break in.
Me.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
In oral or something like that.
All right.
I mean, what was in the first half of that break? Do you remember?
Well, we talked about the Rays a little bit.
Yeah.
The breakdown on the Rays.
Yeah, we don't want to get. I don't want to get into that.
Okay, just that last part.
Well, what was it before that?
For the Rays?
We can't put Oro in there, so no Oro in the title.
Huh?
Oh, we can't put Oro in the title.
Oh.
Yeah. Lummy was just thinking.
Well, then I would. Then, you know what? I wouldn't make that. Then I don't think that's a. I don't. I think you can skip that one.
Okay. Well, no, because
Skip it. Just do it. Just then nothing needed.
Okay.
But what did we talk about when we first got back?
We caught up on overnight trading.
Well, first you talked about
Kevin
coming in and versus Dan. And,
Yeah. Okay, we're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Skip it.
Yeah, that's
Skip. Man, I wish Brian would have brought me a Reese's bar today.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm in here looking for a Reese's bar.
You like the ones that have the big ones that have the Reese's Pieces in them?
No, of course not. I may have to go out here, Lummy, and get a little snack.
You don't want a little piece of that cake still?
No.
No. Everyone left me, chat. Except you guys. Chat will never leave. Me. I will never leave you, chat. You guys are amazing. Thank you for everyone in chat. Making my day. You guys see his Bubba's Cankles? Who knows? Camper Scott. What's up, TJ? Great TJ Armstrong. Thank you, Manson was the mole. I know you were caviar tacos. To the row 45, good morning. Family Boy 352, good morning. I tried Julio Joe. Very true. Fentu, L2R. Good morning, Biggie 7375. And yeah, you are right, Napa Mike. Braves are fading. This is a good time for the Rays anyway. Be struggling. Kind of want it to be now. Same with the Braves. It's early enough that they could fix it. You don't want it end of August. So it's like they're both doing it at the same time because they're smart. What's up, Wizzy? Ball balls for Anna. Good morning. No, I can't put that. Carla Morrison. Todd has not been around. I'm very concerned about Todd. Oh, I need to order a floating gator. I forgot to order. I was gonna order a floating gator head to keep the Nhinga out of the pond. Morning, Cooker Ticker. I forgot to order it though. Uncle Eric, $20. So I'll see you again.
Oh shit.
That is awesome camper, Scott. Not even close to here. Fuck you,
Onions? In a minute.
Onion. They make Funyun flavor.
You look rough.
Yeah, she does.
We have a quarters and whole.
Thank you, Uncle Eric. I just wondering what's up.
He walked in this morning, I was like,
oh, yeah, thanks.
We're gonna go put it on the air.
Okay.
Fucking sore shit. My elbow hurts. My finger hurts.
oh, well, now your back's gonna hurt too, because you just pulled landscaping duty. Happy Gilmore. Everybody with half a brain knows that. You have a full brain though, so you haven't seen it.
But yeah, it is true. It actually is good that they're doing right now. It's like the Braves are. Because it's better for them to go through now than end of August.
Yeah, no, that's what happened last year. Is they slumped at the end of the season.
I'd rather have them slump in July.
Yeah,
Figure it out.
But they're in a month-long slump at this point. I mean, it's going back. If you go back the last 30 games, they've got a losing record.
But you look
like
at
6 games under 500.
The Braves are slacking.
Yeah.
Braves lost 4 in a row.
Are the Rays even 500?
The Rays?
I mean, they're way above 500, but the last month they're under.
They're 606. The Braves.
Well, the last 30 days.
Yeah, they're under.
The Braves have lost 4 in a row. They're 4-6 coming out. I mean, they're struggling.
Yeah.
I mean, the A's are rolling. They've won the 27.
The Rangers are rolling.
Yes, they are. They won 6 in a row.
Yeah. Three against us.
Yeah. They took our ass.
I mean, again, you give up.
Didn't we get swept there?
Sure did.
Yeah. Sweepy sweep.
What the hell are you doing?
Strap yourself in. The emotional roller coaster is about to start.
We will give nothing back to the academic community, as well as provide no public service of any kind.
I promise you. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lummy, did you send the message to Red? No, just a scrubbo, Willow?
Yes, you heard it.
Lummy, did you see that I found that the attachment that I bought
yes
for our weed whacker, and that thing, I mean, you know, if you, like Brian knows anything about a weed whacker.
I know about weed whackers.
When's the last time you
when's the last time you fired up a weed whacker and used one? Are you know what? If he's got a weed whacker, he's got one of those battery rope.
Violes?
Yeah, like Tarek.
He does too. He's smiling.
It's not even the wireless one. It's just the one with the really long cable.
No.
You got to plug it and tote around.
It's battery operated. He's got probably all of his blower, his weed whacker.
Ryobi.
It's all battery.
It's all lime green.
You get a good 35 minutes out of that battery?
Yeah, I've got 3 on deck always.
Takes you 3 just to do the front yard.
I haven't done it in a while. I've got a lawn guy now, but
yeah. But when you were in the doing your own lawn, it was all that electric nonsense, was it not?
Well, my mower was gas, but the peripheral, weed whacker, blower, edger type things, those were all battery.
Me and Lummy, we got us a badass Echo.
Yeah, it's badass.
Two-stroke Willie.
Backpack Jones?
No, but the string, Lummy, you can only cut down. You're always having to tap it to make more string come out. I saw this attachment on Amazon and then saw a video of it, and this guy was just. And then when this starts wearing down, you just get another one. Right?
This doesn't look like it's going to wear down anytime soon.
Man, show the camera. This is what you replace your string with.
Oh, Lummy is going to be losing toes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is...
He's going to get kickback Willie on that.
This is 8-inch,
steel.
Yeah, de-rusting. This is bad. Lummy, you think you could hook it up?
Yeah.
No, I don't know how good your monkey. You think me, Big Red, to do that, or can you do that?
I could do it.
You better hope that thing's hooked up well. If that thing flies off,
Lummy,
weed whacker snake with that.
God.
Lummy,
somebody's gonna die. He's gonna cut Bella in half.
Yeah. Lummy, realize that we might play weed whacker snake, and if that thing's not secure because you didn't put it on correctly, and it flies off and gouges your jugular vein, you could die.
Well, I mean, look, I'm reading. There's 6 easy steps.
6 easy steps. Sounds about 4 steps too many.
Big Red's going to be here in a couple weeks in a couple days. Big Red should be here any day to do a those 240 inches. Lummy, by the way, you got to find me the mount for that.
First of all, I'll tell you right now, real men use a flamethrower to do their real weed whacking.
Right.
Just burn that stuff to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure that like flies in your HOA.
Right. You being the head Karen of your HOA, you're going to allow somebody that's burning his weeds across the fence.
Yeah.
Then it gets out of hand. Next thing you know, your entire neighborhood's burned down because the winds were shifting and you can't burn. So anyway, Lummy, maybe you hook it up and let Red
just double check it. No problem.
Or just let Red hook it up altogether, because I would hate for me to be playing Weed Whacker Snake and that thing came off the hub.
And Lummy's missing a shin.
And like, well, I'd probably, or it flies up and hits him in the face, and it makes the dog bite look, like a popsicle event.
If that thing flew off
and hit your face
and hit you anywhere on your body, you are in trouble.
Have you? Do me a favor, Lummy. Just hand it to Brian. Nice, like
I sent you a short for it too.
No, okay. Did you?
Yeah.
But hand it to Brian, and Brian, just feel the ends of it, like how bad that would be if it got into you.
It would shred you because it's all twisted steel. It's twisted steel.
Yeah, it is. Hold on here. I'm trying to.
This is 2 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal right here.
Yeah, this would be absolutely devastating if you got hit by one of these.
Now, the great Ty J. Armstrong, who's in chat, says that don't use it. That thing is dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Don't use it. That thing is dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Don't use it. That thing is dangerous.
Here we go, Lummy.
Did a guy like Hulk Hogan?
Hold on.
Oh, Christ.
Here we go. Dangerous. It's like the only thing that's dangerous is to weeds and stuff I want to cut down. Lummy, should we take the guard off of it too, or should we keep the guard on it? We probably should keep the guard on it.
Keep the guard on it for now.
The guard on the weed whacker?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to move that up a little bit.
Yeah, you have to move it up a little bit.
That guy moved his up a little bit.
Everyone, it says to move it up.
Look at that, Lummy. That's exactly what we need around here, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah. So, Lummy, now that we got that, will you start using that around here, to really start, eating some stuff?
Yes.
Lummy, today, before the show started, I started going through all of your responsibilities here today because I wanted to start a new thing for you to start doing. But I think that it might be, I don't think you have enough time.
I have enough time.
Because here's what I wrote down, what you currently are responsible for. The GOATs.
Yes.
Bubba Army Radio, BAR.
Yes.
You're a co-host.
Yes.
You're the Trapper Keeper.
Yes.
I need a validation after
Sorry, I was
each.
trying to put that thing away.
I need validation after. I need you to say, yes, I am.
Yes,
and
I am.
if you're not, then we need to find out who's in security.
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah, the worst security. You're the king of chat.
Yes, I am.
You're the most popular guy here.
It's questionable. At best.
Listen, bitch, if I say it, it's law. It's law.
Then yes, it is. Yes, I am.
Most popular.
Most popular.
You're in charge of landscaping.
Yes, I am.
You're the mover of everything heavy.
Yes, I am.
You're the pond manager.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you got all that going on.
Yes, I am.
You're in charge of TikTok.
Yes, I am. I take care of the goats.
You also run a little bit of the Twitter.
Yes, I am.
Right?
Yes.
Yes,
I do.
And so I was thinking about, yesterday I was on YouTube and I got into a goat vortex.
Okay, yes.
And it was these men and women, mostly women, but that were teaching their goats these tricks. And these goats could do all kinds of tricks. And I was like, maybe Lummy's goat report should be Lummy's, he's trying to teach them a trick.
Perfect.
Or do you think that our goats are just so far spoiled?
Were the goats kids?
No, you can still train the goats. I got
goats.
Hootie to jump on, get on the tires and do all the different stuff.
Yeah, but these were far bigger, get on the tires. All you do is got to put a treat on top of the tires. Of course, the stupid animal's going to jump on top of the tires.
Yeah, but they do it without, I just tell them to get up there.
All right. Well, maybe Lummy's goat tricks, won't be that big of a hit.
No, you never know. I can try it.
Do goat yoga. That's a thing.
What were these goats doing, Bubba? What were the big payoff trick?
One would climb a fence, and then they can really jump. Now, not only can they jump off of high things, but they can really jump, like high jump if they want to. And they were doing some high jumping stuff. and things like that. Lummy, I think we should try goat yoga where you get on your hands and knees and like we'll get like a blanket out there or something, so because it's just covered in goat poop.
Baby will come over and ram him in the head.
And
or BF.
Let me at least this Sunday's goat report. Can we try our first installment of goat yoga? And I think goat yoga. I think goat yoga is when you get on all fours and you try to get to goat to get on top of your back.
Take a shot every time he gets mounted during the live stream.
Why wouldn't you get like hot chicks to do that, Bubba? We're worried about content.
All right, well,
we got goats.
Just saying,
because
you got the merch crick, you got some of the Bubba Army women, you got them in here in yoga pants and sports bras.
Yeah, well, how heavy is the average goat?
Our goats are fat asses.
You don't want to go to crush a bitch. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a funny video.
You know what? I'll tell you what, Brian. We can maybe get to that point, but let's start with Lummy to see if we're even in the ballpark.
Can I buy like double XL yoga pants for Lummy to wear while he does it and all that, and get him a sports bra?
Oh yes, you can.
All right, you coming out to do some goat yoga with me too?
I'm gonna contribute by buying you yoga clothes.
Hold on, Brian. It can be sponsored by Hunter Law.
Yeah.
Lummy's goat yogi can be sponsored by Hunter Law.
And he's got the man bun, so he already looks like he's into yoga.
Lummy, this is kind of how goat yoga is. And look, these are all a bunch of big girls. These girls are all about the size of you anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I guess that one fainted.
That's a fainting goat.
I wish we had fainting goats. I really do. So, Lummy, what do you think?
That goat didn't faint. She blasted him in the face when he jumped up there.
I love fainting goats. They get knee knocked and then they just fall over.
How does that happen? It's just because they lock their knees?
No, they're a certain breed of goat called fainting goats, and when they get too excited or too scared, it makes them faint.
Lock up.
Now, Lummy, we don't have fainting goats, but we have butt effing goats.
Yes, we do.
So maybe as soon as Hootie gets up on your back, then Baby's going to try to get up try to BF him.
Yeah.
And don't you? I mean, we're standing in line for 90 minutes to get a sandwich, Aki style, thinking we'll go viral. When we got the most, a 350-pound, 6'6" man does goat yoga, and while goats try to BF each other on top of his back. If that ain't a viral sensation, then what is?
Nothing.
So, Lummy, sponsored by Hunter Law. 844 Ask Gina. And Lummy, we need to get you some yoga pants and a yoga top.
I'm working on it right now. You think triple XL would work?
Yes. Triple XL would work for my little lum. Absolutely.
Triple XL or double XL, Lummy?
Lummy trip.
Triple XL.
On the pants?
TikTok pants.
All right.
So, Lummy, let's get you some TikTok pants, and let's get you.
We have some around here.
Well, whatever. Let's just get let's get Lummy geared up. And Lummy, maybe it's a little late in the week to be getting all, because I want you to have all your gear.
Thank you.
And then we're going to start Lummy's goat yoga. At least try it, right? I mean, now, does this offend you?
No, not at all.
I mean, like, are you okay with this?
Yeah, it's another challenge to see about training the goats more. No problem. I will take it on.
Good spin.
I've already been looking at, like, Drew Barrymore trying goat yoga, and I mean, she's a bigger woman, so.
Drew Barrymore's not that big.
Yeah, she's pretty fat.
Is she?
Yeah, she's gotten.
Oh, let me see.
She's
let herself go.
Yeah, she really let herself go.
That's sad.
Is it?
So anyway, Lummy.
No problem, Bubba. Thank you for the challenge.
Now, I don't want to. I mean, I need your wife to text me personally to say I'm okay with Lummy doing wearing TikTok pants and doing goat yoga. For his goat report. Now, this is not going to require additional, like, while you're doing your goat report, we'll incorporate Lummy's goat yoga. Like, it's not another day that I need you down here. Like, we're not going to do the goat report on Sundays and goat yoga on Wednesdays. Like, we incorporate goat yoga on the goat report.
Perfect.
What size bust are you, Lummy?
I don't know, Brian.
I would say he's probably
50?
a 36.
No, he's got to be.
Oh no, he's I'm sorry. He's like a
type of wildebeest. So you
hold on. He's like a
50.
Lummy's like a 50.
I was gonna say probably like more like a 48 or something like 44. We just got to measure around his chest there and see.
Anyway,
Big man 02825 on the Venmo.
So again, Lummy, I know
Uncle Eric 20 on the Cash App.
that you're in charge of the goats, Bubba Army Radio, co-host, trapper keeper, security, king of chat, most popular, landscaping, pond manager, mover of all heavy things, and now goat yoga.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm excited. Thank you, Bubba.
Now the other thing, Lummy, I had on my note that I wanted to talk to you about.
Yes, Bubba.
Was if you have not commandeered me to sit with you on a couple lawn chairs.
Yes.
And fish, do a 10 or 15 minute, can Bubba and Lummy catch a fish out of their very healthy pond? If you've not filmed that by August 20th, you're fired.
Okay.
Oh.
I looked at Brandon's wheelchair yesterday. I got it running, but I just need I need a different kind of tool to fix it. It just needs a cover back on, but I have it running. Just not fast.
Are you trying to distract me by...
No, I have it in my notes. I forgot to tell you this morning that I spent some time on it. And
did you have to get on the phone with him?
Yes, I did.
That was great, wasn't it?
That only took 30 minutes.
Him trying to explain, a 5-minute procedure took 30 minutes just for him to explain a 5-minute.
Yes, exactly. And we don't want to leave it charged.
Oh, you don't?
No, not at all times, no.
You don't?
Only when it gets dead.
Oh. Now, how hard is it to fix?
Not hard at all.
All right.
It's 2 screws. It's like 2 special little bolts that I didn't have the tool for.
All right, cool. But big red bowl.
Yes, of course.
And so you got that handled. Now, now, can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
Did you get yourself any video of you gallivanting around with it or not?
It does. Well, it runs, but it runs very slow. And I was on the phone the whole time.
Oh, okay. So when you finally get it fixed,
then we'll video.
Then can you video? Like, I want to literally video yourself. Like rolling through the entire BRN, like going to the green room and then going over there back by Rhett's area, and then over by Macho Man's area, and then the very back, and then turn it back around and come to the very front. Then maybe go out in the parking lot, maybe shoot a couple baskets like you're playing wheelchair basketball.
Go to 7-Eleven. Take that thing inside.
Lummy. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
Lummy, when you get it fixed, you need to go to 7-Eleven and buy like a Miller Lite or something.
No, what you need to do is be like say, I'm sorry, this is new for me, and be crashing into everything and everybody in the store.
Will do.
Okay, whatever. It's a brilliant idea.
It
you
is.
go into 7-Eleven and being a rookie on the wheelchair gimmick.
That's right.
And Lummy, listen, here's the deal. You could crash into a display and nobody can, they're not going to say anything to a guy in a wheelchair. Brian, you almost get a pass in life if you got a wheelchair.
You really Except for the guy they see all the time.
That means, hold on now.
That's a good point.
Now, hold on.
They see him 5 days a week.
Lummy, you need to tell him I had a horrible accident over the weekend, and I crushed both of my feet.
And then just never go to that 7-Eleven ever again.
No, it'll get better. Lummy, I'd have I have your feet like in fake,
we
fake
can get
bandage.
fake casts. for your
fake.
feet.
Say I crushed.
Dr. Dan will make you some fake casts.
Whatever, we'll find something, Lummy. You can say I crushed my feet in a car accident. But Lummy, nobody's like, if you ran into like the chip display and knocked it over, I mean, like nobody could get mad at a handicap guy.
No, we could put Brian in the chair and convince people he's the dude from Squirmy and Grubs.
That's right.
Oh,
Start charging for autographs.
Brian,
do a meet and greet.
That's a great idea, Reds.
Brian, can we do that? That you're
Sure.
Grubs
Sure.
or Stormy or which one? Squirmy. Oh yeah. You almost have a little bit more swagger of putting you in a wheelchair. But then again, you're a lawyer. Next thing you know, the lawyer you're going against.
I'm not wanting
I
to
don't
get
think I was representing
busted
me.
for
It's
that.
true.
Yeah, somebody reports me to the bar.
Mr. Matroni, I just want to let you know, thank you for your closing arguments, but it's been brought to the court's attention that you're also a content provider for the Bubba the Love Sponge show, and if we could show this latest video that you did, could you identify and indeed verify that that's you acting as if you're a quadriplegic knocking over stuff at Walmart? Yes, Your Honor, is. Okay, we're going to have a sidebar meeting about your ability to be able to practice law anymore if you find this funny. The bar has a complaint on you. You lose your license all because you did some stupid wheelchair stunt. That's how we're perceived, Brian. We're the bad guys. You know that.
Sure.
Don't forget the bell.
Sure.
Saying the squirmy pig. I mean, couldn't he just say he was playing a character, the squirmy guy?
No,
He's just doing a cosplay.
That doesn't work in the law. And listen, the old fuddy-duddies who run the legal system here and in Tallahassee, they don't quite go for that's my alter ego. They don't quite go for that, do they, Brian?
No.
Oh.
So Lummy, it's going to be you. We're going to bandage your feet all up, and then but Lummy, do you have the balls to like run into stuff and first of all, you roll in there and be like, hey, just want to let you know I got in a bad car wreck and both of my legs are crushed. So I'm in this I'm in this wheelchair and I'm not real good at it. They loaned it to me until I can finally walk again. So I just want to let you know I'm not real good about it.
How much do you think you can make panhandling at the corner of West Shore and Cypress there?
Just drive up right next to people at the red light.
Yeah. Lummy, Quadro, panhandling.
Yep.
That might be
With
better
a folded cardboard sign.
Yeah, you got to have a cardboard sign.
Recently hurt.
Legs crushed by a truck.
See, Brian, that's not necessarily a lie. Recently hurt.
Yeah.
And see, you just put that, and now you're in a wheelchair. Recently hurt. Now they're thinking maybe you just got recently paralyzed. You don't put that on there. Recently hurt. Then you got this real fancy electronic,
Well, you just have them hold up a sign that says, hungry, slow, please help.
Hungry, slow, please help. We can't put recently hurt?
I mean, hungry and slow are both true. Yeah, I mean, he's in a wheelchair. We don't even need to say it's recent. He's just hungry, slow, and needs help.
There you go. Hungry, slow, needs help.
Is that even a lie?
No!
This is what hell sounds like. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
That needs to be standalone. Lummy.
New job.
No, Lummy.
Lummy.
Lummy talks about Lummy in a wheelchair.
All right.
Wheelchair Lummy. Wheelchair Lummy.
Wheelchair Lummy on segment 3.
You use that weed whacker attachment, it may become a reality.
Oh, Christ.
Thank you, Cricket Cracks.
Do you want me to get you some cake and pour some water on it?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, fuck no. No fucking way. Thank you, the Cricket Cracks. Hey, Crick.
Like a few drops.
We take this one.
And then you put it in the microwave for, he said 17 seconds. It's like he's done it.
Thank you.
Many.
I think he's taking stale,
And
weeks old
and
cake.
it fucking worked.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, this is a game changer. I'll be eating old cake all the time. You know what I really like stale? Is that weird? Do you prefer some food stale?
Not really. I'm trying to think of one. Croutons? Because they soften a little bit.
Yeah, well, not that, but
Which is
graham
weird,
crackers.
isn't it? Like that.
Graham crackers.
Oh.
When they're soft, I much prefer that than
Yeah,
snappy.
graham crackers are probably one of those, and it's along the same lines as croutons.
Yeah.
They're toasted and super hard at first, but when they soften a little bit, they're a little nicer.
Yeah.
What I like about croutons when they soften a little bit is they absorb more of the dressing, and
that's
that
true.
makes it tastier to me.
Yeah. But yeah, graham crackers, I'm like, fucking, I'll buy those, and as soon as they're expired, that's when I start eating them. Fucking love that shit.
Nice.
Are you guys familiar with that? With this story right here?
Right here. Yes, I looked into this last night. I find it very intriguing.
What is it? I haven't seen it yet.
All right, that's good. That's good that you haven't seen it because I want to talk about this. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let me just talk about it really quick with Brian. first.
No, please.
No, Anna, do not, bitch.
Hey, have you seen that story?
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
You know-
Okay. No.
Anna, shut the fuck up or you get in trouble.
Hey, what feeding time at the zoo? What are we eating today?
Factor meals, you dumbass.
Yeah, but which one? Is this Taco Thursday?
Let
or-
me tell you what I mean. I'm fucking how's corn.
Ask Anna Bubba, she'll tell you.
It's chicken with corn.
I took out all the peppers.
And I take all the green stuff and I feed that to those fucking goats outside. I don't like green stuff. The fuck is trying to kill me. I'm healthy as a horse. Look at all my biomarkers. My fucking testosterone is 40,000. I'm fucking killing it. No, don't choke. Shit.
What are you eating, Bubba?
Now you know that's her true interpretation of me. But that's how much she
I
hates.
do karaoke in the car as Bubba by myself.
What's love got to do with it?
Well, I mean, sure, not listening to that, but. Come as man. So I'm doing like Taylor Swift.
It's me. I'm
the problem.
I'm the problem. It's me. It's me.
No, Bubba would never fucking say that shit. That's unbelievable.
It's me. I'm fucking awesome. It's me.
Yeah.
I used to own a jet, you see.
Yep, there it is.
Silence is nice once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Although you were tapping that cup around, like, whoa.
Well, you can really hear it when nothing else is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to hold off drinking caffeine because there's really no point until about 90 minutes after you wake up, because that's when your adenosine levels rise, and that's what inhibits. That's how caffeine works, is it inhibits adenosine. So I try to hold off, but I can't.
I mean,
it's more of like an oral fixation thing than I think a caffeine thing for me.
yeah, it's just a habit thing for me, but it's fine. I usually do.
What do you drink, or how do you
I
drink
do
it?
the 4C sugar-free iced tea packets. Have 200 milligrams of caffeine in them, and they're awesome.
What?
There's a company called 4C. You mix it in a bottle of water.
Okay.
You get
Thank you, big
18
man of
sticks
three.
for $3.
Oh, so you don't drink coffee?
Fuck no.
Ever?
No.
Never have?
I mean, I've tried it. Not a big fan. I'm not a fan of anything that you gotta do a bunch of shit to make it taste good enough to drink.
Oh,
You
this
put
is
cream
straight
and
black.
sugar. Yeah, I mean, if you're straight black in it, you're hardcore.
I like bitter bean water.
I mean, really, just the real tough people, they just chew the grinds. I mean, that's where it's at. Grounds.
You did say grinds.
I did say
I
grinds.
wasn't gonna correct you.
But I was like, wait,
It's
no,
cute.
it's
Yeah, that's
grounds.
fine. That's cute. It's cute. Or get the beans.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I've done that before with an espresso martini. I do not recommend it because it fucking gives you a little bit of a buzz.
Yeah. So you don't recommend it? You don't recommend getting a buzz?
Well, like a jittery, but I don't like getting like.
Jitterbuzz. Jitterbuzz.
No, out of my heart. What's up, Purple Girl?
Jitterbug into my brain. It goes bang, bang, bang.
Look at us writing parodies and shit.
The following presentation has been closed captioned.
Great visual. I may try that.
Welcome to the revolution.
It's a remarkable achievement.
His perception becomes your reality.
Check this out.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
I think next to Kevin and maybe Gina, Brian is Anna's favorite guest because they're like a couple little bitches over their sister girl and Taylor Swift songs.
I've always liked Brian.
Of course.
Yeah. I think Brian might be the only guest that we have on a regular basis that's into Taylor Swift.
Or that talks to Anna.
I don't know that anybody. A fish on the J, Lummy. Did you miss that? I think you did. Cash App.
Yeah,
fish on the J. 25 on the Cash App.
Noise.
Let me also give me the list of, I think, 30, maybe 31, because I'm adding JJ Charger to the Hall of Fame. Not inductees, but candidates. So add JJ Charger to it.
All right, I did.
I got to get into that. You're supposed to talk to me about it as well.
Yes.
So, Brian, what is your whole spin on this whole Hunter Biden thing?
Yeah, why do you love him so much?
Like, we've not had you on since the cocaine discovery in the White House. Not saying it's his, but there's been an instance where cocaine was discovered. I know
Yes.
you know that.
Yes.
I know you're probably pretty well read on that with an opinion. We'll get to that. Now, and just the overall Hunter Biden drama, soap opera nonsense, and now Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Alex Stein's girlfriend.
Yeah,
She is so gross.
They're very close.
She is so gross.
She's was at a Senate or a hearing yesterday.
Committee hearing.
What was the committee hearing about? Was it about
the IRS whistleblower?
So the whistleblower, the whistleblower from within the IRS that blew the whistle on the sweetheart deal that Hunter Biden got.
I think his hands were tied. He was told not to further investigate the deal. I think.
Now, is he in trouble?
No, I think he's just being questioned.
No, they're just asking him questions in the House.
Now, Brian, if indeed you were the guy that blew the whistle, are you immune? Like, do they fire you? Do you get your pension early?
That's a good way to make sure you don't get fired is to go testify before the House, because then it's retaliatory termination.
Right. What I'm saying is, so this guy probably
then he might get picked off.
He probably keeps his job with the IRS, but he's officially that guy.
Yeah.
Probably will never get promoted. Probably everybody stays away from. But they can't fire him because he'd have one hell of a civil Willie Retaliation Jones. So he's just pretty much going to, what he's got now is as good as it's going to get. And he's pretty much, nobody will probably at work will talk to him, right?
He'll just do like a Go Gift fund or whatever to, cry about how he needs funding because his life's ruined now.
So they're talking to him about blowing the whistle on Hunter. What are they looking for? What do they want the end result to be? What are they there? Like, what are they trying to prove, or what are they trying to do?
I guess.
Yeah, I guess they really want him to be criminally prosecuted and serve jail time. I guess
for what?
They think that he's done all these, and he's very
corruption.
Corruption, and if he has, they need to investigate, produce the evidence, and go after him. If what they allege is true, then go after him. I don't care about Hunter Biden.
Well, the ticket is if you can connect Hunter Biden to some collusion and corruption where American policy was for sale, and all these emails with the big man referenced. If you can prove that Joe Biden was in on that, then obviously that's not really a great look for the next election cycle.
And
they
isn't
think
there
that might hurt him.
Like a text or something like that where he says, "I'm back. I'm with my dad now."
But you weren't allowed to ask who the big guy was. You weren't allowed to ask certain questions.
So here's Miss Green on the
look how scandalous that is. That's the son of the president of the United States.
I mean, this may not be. You may not like this person. This may not be your party. But man, this has got some balls.
Oh, it does have some balls.
To bring this display in Congress. And there's not a lot to lead to your imagination. Like, this is really laying it out there. Hunter recorded multiple sex tapes with a prostitute he had paid for out of his law firm's bank account. And so here's Marjorie Taylor Greene testifying yesterday, and I think they kind of flipped out and made her take it down. Did they not?
You should see my expense reports.
They were trying to.
Oh, Christ.
Mr. Shapley, you started an investigation into Hunter Biden, codenamed Sportsman, which opened in November of 2018. It was an offshoot of an investigation the IRS was conducting into a foreign-based amateur online pornography platform. This is evidence of Hunter Biden making sex. Excuse me, this is my time. Making pornography.
Now, Brian, if it got to the point like the decorum and gamesmanship that, the Republicans hate the Democrats hate the Republicans, but there is rules of engagement within the chambers.
Oh, not barely anymore.
I know,
all bets are off,
but
man.
We've
become a clown show.
Let me ask my question. There used to be some type of decorum, some type of gamesmanship, and the boss Is there I guess who's in charge of the House of Representatives?
That's the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy.
So could Kevin McCarthy, even though this is his party, could Kevin McCarthy tell security if she just continued to hold it up? Could he say, take that down, physically take that away from her?
Whoever the committee chair is for this committee would could tell her to, and then have the sergeant of arms remove her
because I mean there's security in there. There's armed bailiffs, like what we would consider a bailiff in our court system. There's armed with arresting powers, Capitol Police in there, are they not?
Yeah.
I mean, this is my time making pornography.
Should we be displaying this, Mr. Chairman, in the committee?
Did a lady's time's expired? And
they wanted that to be gone.
I mean, if you're trying to be a serious country, generally blurt out. I mean, I don't know what that did to further the hearing. Most people have seen the photos by now. It's just, look, I'm not into it on either side. It's
Well, I sent you a link. The CBS report. The whistleblower went on there and kind of discussed how he was handcuffed during the investigation.
What?
No, not physically handcuffed. He's saying how he was prevented from doing a full investigation.
Which is kind of what the hearing's about.
I'm trying to get it to click, and here I go. Let me look.
It's going to be a million tabs now.
So I click.
Oh no.
Right.
Oh, it's only 4 times.
There we go. I only did it 4 times. I just need to know where it goes now, and I think I do now.
Really the same.
Oh, you're gonna have to send it. No, I got it again. Hold on.
Okay.
But technically, ladies and gentlemen, we've changed some things on how we do it here, and it takes me a while to figure it out. I'm old and feeble, and that's why I probably only be on the radio a few more years before I wrap it up.
Should we move the slow
Talking
sign?
A full house of characters in a competition flush with cash.
The
World Series of Poker.
If I'm slow, the show's over. Okay. All right. If I
now
can't.
to Capitol Hill, where 2 agents from the Internal Revenue Service testified about their role in the federal investigation of Hunter Biden. The president's son is expected to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax crimes next week. But in an exclusive interview with CBS's Catherine Herridge, the lead case agent said the evidence supported more serious charges.
do you solemnly swear?
Special Agent Joseph Ziegler is a 13-year veteran of the IRS, a registered Democrat, and until now, a confidential whistleblower.
I do.
Today, he publicly testified about his role investigating the president's son, Hunter, for tax crimes.
I'm the main case agent. I worked 95% of this tax investigation. So nice to meet you.
In an exclusive interview with CBS News, Ziegler told us...
So, I mean, if the guy was the main agent assigned to this case, they've all automatically hedged their bets with regards to, say, he's a registered Democrat. Because the first thing you're going to say, Brian, is like, well, he's just some Trump nut job that's trying to get him in trouble.
I always see how do they present? What are their talking points? And he's probably just frustrated because he did his job. He found crimes, and they're not
told to shut up.
They're not being properly prosecuted because Hunter Biden's getting preferential treatment.
He believed the evidence he gathered during the 5-year probe supported multiple felony and misdemeanor.
I think I've not heard him speak. We're getting ready to hear him speak, but so far, Brian, I think he presents himself well. So far, just on appearance.
He's
not disheveled.
Counts, including allegations Hunter Biden wrote off personal expenses as business payments.
Hotels he was blacklisted from, payments that were made to escorts, payments that are made to no-show employees.
Ziegler said he drafted this memo recommending Justice Department prosecutors charge Hunter Biden accordingly. But he said the Trump-appointed U.S. Attorney David Weiss told him there was resistance to pursuing some of these charges by other officials at the Justice Department.
It's a matter of, are we treating all taxpayers the same?
Now, hold on, Brian. Didn't he say that under Trump's administration...
No, it's assigned to...
No, it was somebody who was appointed by Trump that said that there's resistance in the Department of Justice to pursuing felony charges against Hunter.
All right. Thank you for the clarification.
And in this case?
And in this case, no, I don't think so.
Today, Democrats push back on claims of preferential...
Now, Brian, how, if they keep digging and they find what this guy alleges he found, or they tried to cover up, or I think they've just this process has just began.
His whole thing is on the tax evasion, tax fraud that Hunter Biden did with his business dealings. It has nothing to do with international corruption.
No.
Allegations.
I'm talking about this has everything to do with just his IRS stuff and the sweetheart deal that he got. And do you think that this could end up being a really bad thing, or is this just going to get quelled, squashed, and forgotten about?
I think it's more likely to get quelled, squashed, and forgotten about than end up being a bad thing. People don't get upset about tax crimes.
Oh, I'm close to going to jail over tax stuff. You know that.
No evidence that Hunter Biden has received any kind of official favoritism in this prosecution.
Hulk Hogan called wants his bandana back.
Well, he's going through chemo and he has blisters on his scalp, so he covers them up with a bandana.
Sorry.
He does look like Prison Mike, though, from The Office.
Yes, he does.
Sorry.
For being Joe Biden's son.
The worst thing about prison was all the Dementors.
The Dementors.
Here we go.
But Ziegler described to CBS News a series of roadblocks that included his efforts to interview Hunter Biden's adult children about the legitimacy of his tax deductions.
What did the assistant U.S. attorney tell you?
That's going to get us into hot water.
Ziegler also told us prosecutors would not sign off on pursuing leads that might involve President Biden.
Anytime we potentially want...
Now, Ryan, let me ask you a question. Not using anybody in particular, but like if somebody was to be having some tax issues right now and they were trying to, in good faith, work them out, and they were not being cool about it, and could that person reference Hunter Biden and go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not Hunter Biden. I don't get sweetheart deals."
I don't know that would help with the IRS, but it may make you feel better on the air. So go for it.
I didn't. No. I was trying. Maybe some guy in Connecticut has some problems.
I'm asking for a friend.
Ma'am.
I wanted to go down the road of asking.
I think Bubba Biden's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it does.
Questions related to the president. That's going to take too much approvals. We can't ask those questions.
It's a politically sensitive case. Wouldn't it require additional approvals?
Yes, I do understand that, but it would.
Now, is this poor guy screwed within the IRS? Is it like he thoroughly screwed?
He's a 12-year veteran, it said. So.
13, I think.
13.
Right? But,
I know, but like, is he screwed? Is he screwed?
I don't know because...
Does he go back to work in his little cubicle next week and has the same stroke and swag that he had prior to being a whistleblower?
Yeah, he's protected. They can't do anything to him.
Well, let's think about it. Let's put that on the back burner, and it would now...
You think there's a certain amount of agents to be like, hell yeah, buddy, you went in there and tried to do the right thing?
Yeah, I think
there's a certain amount of employees who'd be like, hell yeah, you got the balls to do it, kid. Right?
Yeah.
Move down to item number 50.
And then you get in trouble because you're this guy's buddy. They say, hey, I saw Bubba Clem and Brian Petroni out with the whistleblower for lunch today. Make sure we bury those two numbnuts too. Right? Yeah. Like, hey, Brian, I'd love to take this guy out to lunch, but if they see us with him, and we might get, kabaki too.
Yeah.
This probe was ongoing during the 2020 election.
Let's just go lunch, me and you, okay, buddy? Brick house, like we always do.
And when Justice Department policy limited some investigative steps. The U.S. Attorney in Delaware has told Congress twice he had the ultimate decision-making authority. President Biden denies involvement in his son's...
Hold on. The U.S. Attorney in Delaware, which is the U.S. Attorney that's from Joe's home state, that might have been appointed by... It was hard telling who the U.S. Attorney in Baltimore, in Delaware was appointed by. Probably Obama.
Business deals. And Nora, Hunter Biden's legal team said any claim the probe wasn't thorough is, quote, preposterous.
Interesting new details. Catherine Herridge, thank you very much.
Yeah, interesting new details. Hunter Biden's going to get away with it. Oh, man, I just farted and it smells so bad. It won't make it to your guys' area, but it's just going to stay within my little radius. And man, it is acidy and strong. Don't you?
Thanks for the update.
But don't you guys like your own farts?
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like the more powerful and pungent my farts are, the more I realize, like, yeah, it kicks ass. I just got a really hot fart. Hello.
Hi, Bubba. That's something to be proud of, being pungent like that. Definitely, especially in the morning. I want to bring up on the Congresswoman showing the photos. There's a reason behind it, because she was trying to establish she was also showing airline receipts where Hunter Biden bought women tickets to cross state lines and then was able to show prostitution and show those photos. And
I mean, is that illegal? I mean, let me ask you.
Violated
hold
the
on.
man.
Let me just.
I mean, it's a borderline.
Is it illegal? I'm asking for a friend. Is it illegal to fly a girl in and blast her and give her a few $100s to get back home on? Is that illegal? Put me in prison.
Apparently, it's trafficking in some way.
Oh, crap. I didn't say that at all.
It can be trafficking. It just depends.
What if the girl, like, wanted to do it? Like, there's a lot of there's all kinds of guys that are flying girls in from out of town, blasting the hell out of them, and sending them back home,
and then writing them off as business.
I catch flights, not feelings. Please, that's half of the hot bitches and Instagrams. Flights, not feelings. So is that all human trafficking? That you get some hot chick from Wisconsin that flies down to Tampa, gives you the business for the weekend, you give her a few. $200, $300, $400, $500 for her time to get home and go shopping, and then
you ain't getting that treatment for $200, $300, $400, $500.
Oh, the days.
By the way, that prosecutor, that Delaware guy you were talking about, was appointed by Trump. Believe it or not.
Oh, really? But he's probably.
There's a difference.
But he's as blue as blue. He's as blue as Brian's balls.
At the end of the day, they're all politicians and they're all corrupt, and they don't want this to start where people start sniffing around in their business. That's the reality behind it, is that they're all criminals.
Right. All right, buddy. Well, thank you for your insight.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bubba, Macho Man has been requesting you to play that Blow My Whistle song, saying it's Hunter's favorite song in his hotel room by smoking crack.
Is Macho Man not only wiring stuff up now, but he's also making comedic suggestions.
All this whistle talk it popped in my head.
Blow my whistle.
See, this is what is in his head right now. We're trying to put on a funny show, so our head's got a certain sound to it. But him, jacked up on whatever he's jacked up on, freshly supersetted from the gym, back a popping, supersetting and a wiring. This is what's inside of Macho Man's head right now. Hey, could you blow my whistle?
Oh, I could blow your whistle, Bubba.
And can you walk up to a chick nowadays and said, "Hey, you want to blow my whistle?"
Probably not.
Probably get your throat out of the club. I mean, bitches know their rights nowadays far more than they used to.
It's a terrible time to be alive.
Striving to reach new lows every day. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba breaks down the Hunter Biden trouble. Something like that, Lenny.
All right.
I'm going to eat my Reese's.
How can your treasure?
I had somebody bring me one.
I need energy.
Not me. I couldn't
No,
get into
because you're a dick, Brian. Brian, you're a dick. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Brian's a dick. Hello, can you hear me?
Brian's a dick. Hello, can you hear me? Brian's a dick.
It's hard to see E for this angle.
Brian's a dick. Want to blow my whistle?
Not after you blasted toxic gas up there.
Is it a big one or a little one?
Stay out of my area,
Go
bitch.
sniff his seat.
No.
Stay out of my area immediately.
I'm not.
That's
I'm
called
not
that's
going
called
in.
a stiefel, by the way.
I got your joke.
Stay out of my area, bitch.
Stay out of the area, bitch. Let's see. Fish on J. I wasn't DJ Dizzy. I have the number.
I wouldn't mind partying with Hunter Biden and Don Jr. That would be a good time.
Let's say
Don Jr. is always cooked out of his mind.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, supposedly.
Yeah.
And so's Hunter. Yeah.
We can celebrate that part.
That'd be a hell of a party with those two. I think they could be best friends. That's the sad part. They could be stepbrothers. Be a cute buddy comedy. The son of two rival politicians end up being best friends. That's a good movie plot.
I'd love to see that.
Like called
in Vegas.
Political frenemies.
They get caught in Vegas and partying.
Yeah.
Strippers and hookers everywhere. And with some big club. Odds of blow just sitting up there.
The kid, like fucking Scarface.
I want to show you how it looks. But
It would be a good movie.
It would be a hell of a fun movie.
there is.
All the President's Sons or something like that.
We close the bag and
First
push
son.
it down, probably roughly around.
Yeah, but I guess they are both have like first son.
First Sons.
They both don't want their dads in office, so like during the when they're running, they're both just partying it up.
Heather Wiz says she partied with both of them.
Lummy, did you ask our friend about the spin?
About the spin?
I just wrote you. I just texted you.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Right, me just text it back.
Yeah.
Well, then, are you fucking kidding me?
Are you mad?
Yeah.
Lummy,
I'm
so
not kidding. No.
Okay, so what do I do?
Give me another 30 minutes. Try to.
What's wrong? What's wrong now?
Tell him don't even fucking worry about it. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and beg for it. So, fuck him. You know, what starts out as me trying to be nice ends up getting turned around on me being a dick.
Yeah.
You know, for real.
Who do we not like now?
Just be quiet.
No, we don't like anybody. Everybody sucks, except those that give me money. I love that. Don't talk about them like that until they stop giving me money, then fuck them.
Accurate.
What is there not to like about the show? Bubba the Love Sponge.
Guys are awesome.
And I love the sponge.
The show's cool. It's real, man.
He makes me laugh my ass off every time I listen.
I'm a full trucker effect, man, so it gets me through the day all the time.
Bubba the Love Sponge. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Tell Big Woody I'm canceling that check. I mean, every day, Lummy, I ask, do we have any new ones? Like even one new one?
He sent an email.
Maybe 10 new ones? Maybe 15 new ones?
He sent an email yesterday.
Yeah. What did it say?
He said, I should have a pile of production done for you by the end of this week. So I'm guessing for Friday.
So Anna is really, really big on, she's deep dove somewhat into this. I'm not very familiar with this Carly Russell abduction claim. Isn't it out of Baltimore or something like that? Alabama.
Close.
And I'm not familiar with it. I don't know if I play the Nora O'Donnell story and then I let Anna backfill it for me. But I know it's a big whodunit. Is it my understanding, Anna, that she was reported missing, but then mysteriously showed up somewhere
on foot,
and now she's trying to blame certain people for doing it? And
well, this is what her claim was, which was like just a bizarre story. She said she was like on the highway. She sees a toddler on the side of the road. She calls 911 or the authorities and is following the toddler. I didn't know this until yesterday. For apparently the length of 6 football fields, which is unlikely for a kid that's between 2 and 3 to just continue walking. And she followed
on a highway, nonetheless.
On a highway.
Second one of the day. Yes.
And she was on the phone with the authorities, I guess, hangs up, calls a family member, and then all of a sudden the call goes out and she's claiming that some guy, and she's kind of a big bitch. He was like, he grabbed me and threw me over a fence and then put me in a car. And then she claimed she went to some house and she was blindfolded and they took pictures of her.
What happened to the toddler?
Who knows? Now it just seems like the whole story was fake because she had some very interesting searches prior to the alleged abduction.
Yeah, here we go.
Mysterious disappearance of a 25-year-old Alabama woman. Police said today that Carly Russell gave a harrowing account of being
Anna just called Brian a jerk, by the way.
abducted by a man with orange hair, but that her internet searches
Don't forget he's the ingrown hair that we are trying to get out.
Yeah. I recant what I said earlier, by the way.
Before she vanished included a Hollywood kidnapping thriller movie. We get more now from CBS's Lilia Luciano.
Now, I just wanted, before we get into the meat of this story, I just want to go on record by saying that I think people that file false police reports and charge or allege people did something to you, and then you recant your story or evidence shows that they indeed did not rape you.
There's just no evidence of it ever happening.
There should be, like women that say that men raped them and then at the end of the day they didn't.
Like that punter for the Bills or whoever it was that got his career ruined.
Great example. And there's a lot of that stuff that happens. And for the most part, the women or people that do it, they don't really get much. They completely ruin somebody else's life. I mean, ruin. But I think we need to be stiffer on the people that make these huge life-ruining accusations that just kind of, I don't know, disappear into the world's fabric, and there's no repercussion. I think we should immediately have that bitch that said that Bills punter raped her. Yeah. They should put her in prison for filing a false rape report.
If they made it whatever crime you accuse the other person of and you're proven not to, then you should have to serve whatever the sentence is for that crime.
I agree.
Yeah, but these people may not even exist. This is just a made-up story.
Tonight, police provide some answers to the many questions that followed a bizarre story of abduction in Birmingham when Carly Russell disappeared after making an alarming call to 911.
I am on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves.
Her family says she was on the phone with her sister-in-law, who says they heard her scream.
We pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left work until she got on the 911 call, and we can see getting out of the car on the interstate from that footage. And after that, I think she only knows.
She told police that the orange-haired man had kept her in the back of an 18-wheeler.
Where were you, Rhett?
Police say during the investigation it was revealed that she had made questionable internet searches days and hours before vanishing.
She's not quite big enough
including
for
about
me,
the
sorry.
Hollywood kidnapping thriller Taken.
I will look for you. I will find you.
On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term you have to pay for an Amber Alert was searched.
Russell's disappearance prompted a statewide 2-day search. Police say Russell eventually walked home, was treated at a hospital, and released.
Hoover PD are still investigating.
This is my girl. I love this look.
Lilia?
Mm-hmm.
And they do want to ask her more questions, but today police said that they have yet to find any evidence of either a wandering toddler or kidnapper. Nora. So many questions. Lilia Luciano, thank you.
Not
So,
really, just
not
one
really.
question. What was her end game? Was she trying to get clout on social media? Was she trying to get a GoFundMe going?
Probably.
Like,
You probably hit 1 and 2 on the heads. That was probably her top 2. What was trying to accomplish.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes that's the only thing that makes sense.
So let's see. You see a toddler on the side of the road. Nobody ever finds a toddler. First of all, there's no report of a missing toddler.
And no other cars that passed saw a toddler.
No other cars. Let me tell you something. If I'm driving home from Ocala and me and the Merch Crick and the F-350 and there's what's a toddler between 2 and 5?
2.
So you see Walker walking down the road.
Yeah, I see little Walker walking down the road all by himself, and it's dark. I am literally pulling it over, locking it up, and saying, Crick, go back here and grab that kid because he's going to get hit by a car, and let's call 911 and tell them that we found a baby on the highway. Let's just stay put. We'll stay right here. And when we call, 911 or the Florida FHP, we'll tell them we're at mile marker, 264. And on the side of the road in a big ass truck with blinking, and we found a kid. Come get this kid. I don't want it. But this is somebody's kid. Like, that's a big, Brian, you, Anna, Lummy, I think most responsible, Anna, you may just keep going.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it might just go. This is a
Kid's
trap.
not my problem. This is a trap.
Which it probably is.
Yeah, somebody's trying to make me raise a kid. I'm so tight. I mean, feeding another mouth is going to really get into my budget.
Well, yeah.
My monthly budget. Kids eat a lot, don't they, Lummy?
Yeah, they do.
Hello.
Hello. Excuse me. Hello, Bubba. This is Gary. How are you guys?
Gary, first of all, Gare Bear, where have you been, buddy?
Oh, I've been waking up too late and enjoying retirement.
But Gare Bear, you're kind of the fabric of the opposition of the show, and we have like this little, Coyote and Roadrunner kind of deal where we fight, but we kind of like each other and the whole 9 yards. But you're not participating. You've completely fallen off the face of the earth. I miss you, Gare Bear.
Well, I catch a lot of your shows, and one of the most interesting shows was the one you did the other day where you interviewed the shaman and the
I knew he didn't want to talk about the story.
insurrectionist.
Yeah.
He was great, he was talking about things like wireless electricity. About
we broke all that down yesterday, but yeah, I liked having him.
Yeah, all that stuff that Democrats have been asking for decades. But you guys conservatives keep voting against their best interests. Somehow all these conservatives think that
Gary,
someday they're going to be a millionaire.
Oddly enough, you have some support today. You got Brian in here, who skews a little bit more your way than Dan, nonetheless. Third one of the day.
Fourth.
And fourth.
It is. Yeah.
And so maybe you got a little bit of support here today. Maybe today would be a good day for the Gare Bear to get engaged.
Yeah, so you guys, conservatives ought to figure out that most people in this country are closer to being homeless than they ever are to being someone like Donald Trump. But, yeah, everyone thinks that they're going to be Donald Trump, and they vote for big business.
But Gare Bear, do you think that maybe it's a combination of both parties that have made some really, really stupid decisions, like for instance, San Francisco? I mean, they are so woke, and they are so just out of, San Francisco is a hot mess. And don't you think that, that it's a combination of both parties that have attributed to how bad our country has become?
You could go to parts of Tampa and find similar photographs or take similar photographs of what's going on in San Francisco.
No, I don't think that the quantity, Gary, I don't think the quantity in Tampa is not 4 and 5 blocks long.
Real quick, Gary, you can at least concede that the formula that they're trying to do in San Francisco is not a formula that, given the current state of the world and reality, is a successful formula. I mean, businesses are shuttering. They're not enforcing theft. You know, they're doing these smash and grabs at these large retailers that are closing up their doors. It's not
the defunding of the police.
It may be not as bad as some on the right portray it to be. The truth is always closer to the middle. But what's going on in San Francisco is not a recipe for a successful society at this point in the game, right?
At this point in the game, you might be correct, but it takes time, and over time, it may prove to be the right formula. The thing with prosecuting cases that don't reach a certain limit, every prosecutor does that. You'll find prosecutors all over Florida not taking cases of lower theft or petty misdemeanors. So that's not new.
Well, no. What's new about it is the lack of any effort to curtail widespread criminal activity, which is some of these are organized criminal rings that are going around doing this. That's what's unprecedented. And so I get it. There's prosecutorial discretion and all of that, but this goes beyond that. This is going to a place where they say, you know what, let's not enforce any laws because they skew against a certain demographic more than they do others, which is the truth. I mean, you know, poor people are treated worse in the criminal justice system than richer people. That's a fact. But what they're doing is not, I mean, it's not a recipe for sustained success for a society or a city or anything like that.
Well, they're not denying prosecution of every crime, so you made a great exaggeration.
You just had to steal
Gary.
$2,001 worth of it.
Yeah. Gary, New York,
Stuff
New York has a threshold
$19.99.
on the value of what you steal. San Francisco has a threshold. Chicago has a threshold. Los Angeles has a threshold. Philadelphia has a threshold. Baltimore has a threshold.
Tampa has a threshold.
I don't
Miami
think Tampa has. If it's less than $1,000, we're going to let you walk. I don't think Chad Chronister and the City of Tampa Police Department has any type of official statement or any memo or anything written down. Whereas if a bad guy breaks into a convenience store and steals $827 worth of stuff, that they're not going to go and tackle him and handcuff him and put him in jail. I think they do that here in Tampa.
And there's no businesses that are going out of business because so many people are stealing their stuff, like Whole Foods and Safeways in San Francisco.
Now, hold on, Gary. And the places that are shutting down, in San Francisco aren't like, you know, mom and pop little. These are major, Fortune 50 franchises.
Well, of course, you're gonna shut down if you're losing so much inventory. But the thing is,
and you're losing so much inventory because because of your city forefathers that you've elected that are all Democrats, have this defund / woke ass mentality where their city police have at the direction of the chief of police, which is appointed by the mayor, has come with a policy where if the theft value is less than $1,000, we're not going to pursue these people, which is causing a lot of people to go in and smash and grab on people's businesses, which are causing them to lose their business.
They're using blowtorches now. They're going in there like welders and literally welding open the acrylic cases where the expensive cosmetics and things are being protected.
And if you are working at one of these retail stores and you try to stop them or videotape them, you get fired.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
It is a little backwards, isn't it, Gary?
I mean, Gary,
can't we concede that?
Product. It's not your product if you're the employee.
But here's the thing.
No, it's a liability because if you get hurt, then they're going to get sued.
Real quick, if you're that employee, yes, it's not your product. But when they decide to shut that location down because they've been robbed too many times, now you don't have a job.
Yeah, now you don't have a job.
Bubba, in Tampa, it's $100.
How do you know that? How do you know that they don't put them somewhere else? Transfer them to a different store.
To another store that's just going to get stolen from?
You're right. I'm making some assumptions that they can only have, that they don't have 2 stores worth of employees at the one Walgreens that's left open in San Francisco.
Well, Gary's not concerned with the truth. He's concerned with winning the argument and being right. So
I like to
one Walgreens in San Francisco.
Why don't you move to San
Once upon a
Francisco and
time-
tell us how it goes?
You know what, Gary? I'd love is for you to go live in San Francisco for a month, then get back to us as to how cool it was.
Oh, it'd be better than Tampa, I'll tell you that.
All right.
Well, hold on, Gary. What's wrong with Tampa?
Yeah,
hold
well,
on.
a lot
I
of
just
people
want to
steal.
hear.
Hold on.
I want to
Tampa-
hear what's wrong with Tampa, Gary. What's
First
wrong?
of all, Gary
what's
doesn't
wrong
even
with
really.
Tampa?
Gary
what's-
doesn't even know anything about Tampa.
Vis-a-vis the rest of the country as a whole, what's wrong with the
It's a
city of
swamp.
Tampa?
You're living in a swamp.
Oh, so
Okay,
it's humid?
so the weather?
Swamp.
So the weather,
Nothing policy based, just the climate.
That's a fair point. It is hot.
Oh, policy based. You're living in the most racist state.
No, Tampa.
in
No.
the country.
Don't conflate.
Most homophobic state in the country.
No, let's not.
No.
Let's
Let's
not
not. Hold on.
conflate.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Specifically.
Hold on. Let's not
been to
confuse
St.
Ron
Pete?
DeSantis as if he's running
Been to
Tampa
Ybor?
because he's not.
Largest
I'm talking specifically
parade.
about
Yeah.
Tampa, Gary. What's wrong with the city of Tampa?
I'm telling you what's wrong with the city of Tampa. But
You're
let's
telling me
go
what's
back
wrong with
to-
the state of
you
No,
Florida.
you're not.
You
'Cause
never
you're
let me
losing the
comment on
argument.
all your theft charges. Once upon this time in this country, you could rob banks easily. Now the criminals, organized crime is figured out. Oh, you can go smash and grab because by the time the police even respond, they're going to be gone.
And the reason why the response time is so bad is because your mayor has defunded the police and they have half as many uniformed officers as they used to have.
And there's a problem with that because a lot of people don't even want to be police officers.
I wonder
because you
why.
have-
Yeah, I wonder why.
Because they do their job, and then they're called a racist,
Because the average guy
life is threatened.
the average guy that wants to be a police officer nowadays has to worry about one, getting shot and killed because everybody that's the mentality we have, and then two, about if you enforce the law fairly, even though your body cam completely exonerates you, whatever, people can trump up anything on you at any time based on you hurting their feelings. Next thing you know, you're a racist. Next thing you know, you touched a girl's
some guy tries to
boob.
grab your gun and you shoot him, and now you're a racist.
Yeah, some guy grabs your gun, you blast him, and now you're in prison.
Yeah.
Bubba, you asked about the thresholds between the two cities.
Yeah.
Tampa is $100 and San Francisco is $950.
Yeah. So the thresholds upon where a guy will where a cop will arrest you in Tampa is $100 threshold, and in San Francisco it's $950.
Well, San Francisco is much more densely populated than Tampa. So there's
You're right. More people should be able to steal.
No, but Gary, what is
there's
the
more
right
crime
amount
to work on?
What
There's
is-
more crime to deal with than petty larceny.
And
there's more crime in San Francisco than there probably is in the whole county where Tampa's at. And
Yet you have a
look
problem
at
with Tampa and not
Yeah.
San Francisco.
And you said only one Walgreens went on and said Walgreens 17 closed down. And there's actually Walgreens
Suck
pulled
it,
out.
Gary. You dumb bitch.
Gary, I know it's why it's been a long time for why you've called because you've never been owned. So
Have you been asleep this whole time?
We're owning
give me
you.
a break.
Hall of
Give me a
Famer
break.
R.C. Hellerman, $100 rant sniping Gary.
Gary was not bringing his A game on
No,
today.
he wasn't.
So sorry, Gary Bear.
More Zanny
Why
out
make the
than me.
margaritas too? That's cocktailing on a whole OTR.
Look, I'm all for being...
All of Gary's nonsense for the most part. Say
No,
it.
I'm not all for all of Gary's nonsense. I'm all for being open-minded about things and having a different perspective, but you're not going to be able to sell me on complete and total lawlessness like The Purge. Like, $950 is a good threshold for theft. No, I'm sorry, but that's not the society
I don't even agree.
want to live in.
I don't even agree with Tampa's threshold of 100. If you take a $10, I don't think there should be if you take something that you don't pay for.
Well, there's a difference getting a notice to appear versus being arrested.
Yeah, I understand.
So they could
Brian,
still issue you a notice to appear. And I do agree with that to an extent, right? Is that you can't have $10 thieves locked up in jail for a month.
I was
I
comparing the two, and there is if you steal anything that they give you a notice to appear.
Okay, that's fine. And if it's over 100 in Tampa, you might get some handcuffs. And meanwhile, it has to be nearly 1,000 in San Francisco. I get it.
For them to do anything, really. And again,
will a San Francisco cop be like, man, That was only $400 worth. Let's just
No, they're not even going. They're not even showing up. That's the thing is they don't show up to these calls. If it's a retail establishment getting
dispatch
robbed.
to Unit 45 downtown San Francisco. We got a theft of about $527 at the Walgreens. I need you to respond immediately.
No.
Are they like, man, we ain't going down there for 4-3, please?
No, they're just not. And well, part of it is they don't have enough law enforcement.
That's a problem.
For
I mean, that's a problem
because
you can't. At that point, man, you're not protecting your tax base. I mean, the people that are stealing, they're not paying taxes. And so but that company that they're stealing from, they're paying all kinds of taxes.
Yeah, and look,
and probably has their life savings invested into that into that business.
Do law enforcement need better training? Do they need better to be set up in a better way? Do they need to be not as protected as they are, where they can engage in illegal activities and still keep their jobs? Yes, but it's not. But it's not. The answer is not just eliminate law enforcement in this country.
No,
completely.
I mean, you know what we do? It's better policing of our police, where we have better checks and balances, so that police officers are body cammed, and which usually tends to mean the officers know they're being recorded and they're less likely to do something, unethical.
Well,
right?
it's like the Orlando city cop or whatever that got caught speeding and then fled. He's now facing criminal charges.
He should.
That's the type of accountability we need to see.
Do we have the video of that? Because I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
because
there's video.
I'd love to. I saw that, and it's a great point to bring up.
Here's the problem I have though. The difference is he was just allowed to go and proceed on his way. There was no chase. He wasn't taken out of his car, beaten, dragged for doing what, if he was a normal citizen, would have been done to him.
No, and that's wrong. Like, they should, you know what? The cop should have followed him, and the minute he got out of his car, handcuffed him, and put him in the back of a squad car and said, I'm taking you to my jail, bitch, to book you on everything that I would book a regular person that did exactly what you did.
Right. And I just saw the other day where a police chief was going 95 in a 35 zone. And was given,
you send it to me?
Was given a ticket. Anybody else would have been arrested on the spot. Their vehicle would have been impounded. And so these are the types of things that if we want to get, if you want to win this argument over law enforcement, I'm all for Leos, but properly trained, doing the ethical thing.
This guy in Orlando, he's a city cop. And I think FHP.
It was like a county cop that pulled him over.
It was like
looking to buy.
So it'd be like a Tampa cop and a Hillsborough County sheriff guy pulled him over because the Tampa cop was going 85, like in a 35, to get to work in his squad car.
Not on a call or anything like that.
No, just go to roll call. Just to go to roll call.
Yeah.
Just to go to work. He wasn't. Now if it would have been a far different story, Brian, had he been on a call. Had he been busting ass to get to an emergency,
right?
Then that's
a different scenario.
Right,
as long as he's following protocols and everything like that.
Sure.
You don't want to endanger the public just because you're a cop.
All right. So here, let me just play it again here. So here's a county guy, and this city guy comes hauling ass. So he turns around and runs him down. Here we go.
He's the guy that. Copy down that bumper.
Now, like, to me, Brian, it looks like he's trying to show off, saying, hey, I'm a cop. Look at all my lights.
Yep.
Look at all my lights. I'm not pulling over. I'm going to work. Can't you see I got my lights on? I'm a cop. Right? That's kind of what he's trying to do.
Yep.
Yeah, 11070. Pull over.
All right. So this is the city of Orlando, the bad guy, or the guy in a hurry who won't pull over.
You going to pull over?
Please say a command.
Pull over.
Now, the police officer that pulled him over is in his district, in his jurisdiction,
right,
where he's supposed to be.
Right. The Orlando City cop doesn't work there.
Yeah, the Orlando City cop has to go. You know, a lot of times they let the city guys take their cars at least 1 or 2 counties away. That's a rule they have.
Yeah,
Like
I don't get it, but whatever.
But I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But they will allow that as a bonus.
What? I am going into work, my man. Why are you trying to pull me over as I'm going into work?
Because you're going 80 and a 45.
I am going into work.
Okay, what are you going to work for?
What does it look like I am dressed for?
What
does it look like I am dressed for?
My name is Deputy Hilton, and they see your driver's license.
No.
Okay. 3113, copy at 1050. 10-4, I got a city, Orlando PD taking off from a traffic stop. It's going to be X-ray Foxtrot 6207, XF 6207.
Now, what the city cop should have done, Brian, and I think he'd be in trouble, but he'd have a job, is he should have said, yep, you know what, buddy? I am late for roll call. I'm hauling ass. It's my bad. Here's my license. You know, I guess maybe those cars have registrations, but if not, my license plate. And certainly, by all means, if you'd like to, you know, cite me for speeding, I deserve it because I am, you know, I'm hauling ass, you know, to get to work. One, that might just get you off. The guy might say, hey, listen, buddy, slow down, professional courtesy, because you complied. You gave him your driver's license. You owned it. You know, you pulled over. I think at that point, man, I think most cops give another cop, he's like, listen, Jim, would you, seriously, I'm here. That's borderline reckless. Can you just slow it down a little bit? You're making us look bad.
I sent you an NBC story on
right. I mean, like,
I-4.
Brian, you at least have a chance if you answer that way.
Yeah.
Right?
Part of the problem is that they recruit officers from outside the jurisdiction in which they work. Like there's no reason for an Orlando City police officer to not live within the city limits of Orlando.
Well,
because you have more of a connection to the community.
But Brian, here's the deal,
and
man.
To the people in it when you live there.
Listen, all agencies are so stretched thin that it's impossible to be able to find people within your community that wants to be a cop, just because being a cop sucks so bad now, because not only are you dealing with bad guys, but you're dealing with cops that are dicks too, that thinks that they're above the law.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's
you can't,
part of the mindset.
You can't even say the rule is we're going to hire Orlando cops who only live in Orlando, because nobody will be on the cop department. Now, what do you send
You
to me
don't think
here?
you could get enough City of Tampa police officers? You think they all need to come down from Hernando?
Yeah,
they all have to come from Hernando.
To live on their salary, yes.
You go on the Vets Expressway there and see them all driving up. No, to live the way they want to live on their salary.
All right, I'm just saying that, let's not get into that, because that's a discussion in itself. What's this?
It's kind of an update, and it tells like what he was charged with. And
okay, here we go.
Like,
Florida police officer.
Like, see, Brian, I think that cocky, arrogant city of Orlando guy should lose his job and maybe have to do some jail time. Maybe 30 days, 15 days, something like that to set precedent. Isn't jail time and things like that a deterrent for others not to want to act that way?
It's supposed to be, but studies have shown that it's really not.
Miles an hour trying to catch up with this butthead.
Trying to catch one of his own, clocking him at nearly double the speed limit in a marked car.
And so, Brian, if the cop did what I said, he's not going to get fired. If he said, "Hey, write me a ticket," absolutely, I was speeding. Here's my driver's license. I don't think he loses his job, but I think he lost his job.
He lost his job because he fled a traffic stop.
Right.
I mean, he committed a crime.
Please say a command.
Pull over.
A Seminole County deputy eventually making the traffic stop.
What? I am going into work, my man. Why are you trying to pull me over as I'm going into work?
Because you're going 80 and a 45.
I am going into work.
Okay, where are you going to work
What does it look like I am dressed for? What does it look like I am dressed for?
The conversation coming to a dead end.
My name is Deputy Hilton, and they see your driver's license.
No.
The Orlando officer, Alexander Showney, who left the scene, was later charged with reckless driving and eluding the county deputy, who even engaged his emergency lights and sirens during the chase, according to the county incident report. Orlando police saying in a statement, Officer Showney now relieved of his duties pending a criminal and internal investigation.
Good.
Attempts to reach the officer went unanswered, but a friend who spoke with him telling NBC News, quote, he's repentant. He's sorry for what he did.
Now he is.
Another repentant officer of the law Tampa Police Chief Mary O'Connor.
Man, I think she kind of got railroaded.
Flashing her badge in December after the golf cart her husband was driving was pulled over outside a residential community for no license plate.
Is your camera on?
It is.
I'm the police chief in Tampa.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
Don't name game, man. If you're a cop.
That you'll just let us go tonight.
Later calling the move poor judgment and handing in her resignation at the mayor's request. In Oklahoma City,
Drunk?
Oh, this guy was drunk. I remember this one. This guy's hammered.
Captain James Matt French was arrested in
Oh
March
my
on
God.
suspicion of drunk driving,
How much we had to drink tonight, sir?
repeatedly asking the arresting
To
officer
turn the camera off.
to turn off his body camera video.
Please. Huh?
Whispering like a drunk whisper.
Like only a drunk would be able to think that that's going to fly, right?
Yeah.
Hey, turn it off. Hey.
I cannot, sir. Please. I know you're aware of our body cam policy.
French now on leave with pay pending criminal and internal investigations.
Pay?
In all three cases, the
Anna
bad
wants to know how she can get leave with pay.
behavior
crazy.
eventually
Anna, you're in trouble. Guess what?
What?
Yeah, I'm suspending you for a month
What?
with pay.
See you later.
See you late August, bitch. About
Bye.
to get mine.
catching up with consequences.
What?
We asked the Orlando police.
What's up, shorty?
I knew it.
Yes.
Whoa.
Hell
Wah,
to
wah,
the
wee, wah.
yeah.
Department if that officer was
Ask me all the questions you want. Valerie Castro.
in fact on his way to work as he told that deputy, but they did not answer that question. Tom.
Damn, hot as balls.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow
Thanks,
today's top stories and breaking news.
Thanks, Lester.
Lester.
Let me go into words, but I'm just telling you, man. If that Orlando cop had said, "Hey, officer, I absolutely am hauling ass. Go ahead and cite me because I got to take it because I was doing it. Here's my driver's license, registration. You know, it's a municipally owned vehicle. You can obviously see I'm on my way to work, but." Yeah, absolutely. Sorry. I think the guy, maybe gets hemmed up a little bit, but he doesn't lose his job. He's respectful. He's not trying to be all that. And I think he's cool. And I think there's a chance if you come out like that instead of, what in the hell are you doing? It's just like if the guy wasn't a cop, if the average citizen sat there and took it like a man, listen, I get out of tickets all the time by being polite. By just being polite and following protocol, chances are you got a 50-50 shot of getting out of a ticket if you're just polite and you respect the officer's safety.
You said all the time, huh?
Oh, he's Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yeah, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yeah.
As soon as I pull out my ID and they see my honorary police badge, and then they say, well, oh my God, you're Bubba the Love Sponge. I'm like, yeah, the one that has a foundation for fallen police officers. Yeah, that's me.
Can I get a picture?
And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. Let me just run you, Mr. Clem, make sure you're okay. Oh, no, it looks like you have tax issues. It's no problem. Slow down a little bit there, buddy. And thanks for what you do for the police officers.
Can you make sure all your cameras are on?
Mm-hmm. I want to get all angles of me being a good guy.
Get this QR code on your camera.
Hey,
Let the boys back at the station scan it.
Hey, you know what? Here's Merch Crick. Show your jugs and give 50 bumper stickers to this guy immediately. No, but I mean, seriously, if the guy had acted just like a normal, and that is, listen, you'll get out of 50 to 75% of your tickets if this is, and I have to go into words, but if you handle, and this is exactly how you do it. As soon as the police officer has turned on their lights and they're behind you, you immediately find the safest place to pull over. At that point, you immediately slow down and you try to find the safest place to pull over. And once you've pulled over, you try to maybe even if I'm on the highway, I even try to get kind of down in the median or the ditch a little bit, not so I'm getting stuck, but just so that I'm way off the beaten path. I then roll all of my windows down. I then have my my insurance card, my registrations, and my driver's license ready to go. I have all my windows rolled down and I have my dome lights on. I have my hands in the 10 and 2 position with my information. The officer comes to me and says, do you know why I pulled you over? And I say, you know what, sir?
Because you want an autograph. Here, let me sign that.
Because I got personalized BTLS plates and you wanted an autograph, huh? Huh?
You want VIP at Planet Bubba this weekend, buddy?
You wanted the chicken finger update? You wanted the
Chicken dip update?
Yeah, Bubba's chicken dip. So no, you say yes. I know. Yes, sir. I do know why you pulled me over. I was speeding. I'm not going to even try to sit here and tell you to lie. I wasn't paying attention, and I know I was speeding.
And pro-pyloning.
And so you automatically have admitted. You don't have to make them spiel out what you did. You're like, yeah, you were speeding. I got you going 81 and a 55. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. So, okay, so at that point, you say, you tell the police officer, here's all my stuff. And then if you happen to have a gun, if you happen to be permitted to have a gun, and now in Florida, you don't even have to have a permit. If you just have a gun, you tell the police officer, I happen to be permitted for a gun. I tell the listen, listen, sir, ma'am. I have a Glock 45 in my tactical bag, which is laying in the seat beside me.
Available on BubbaArmyStore.com.
If you go to BubbaArmyMerch.com, you can go on. So it's right. It's in that bag. What would you like me to do? Would you like me? This is what I always say. Would you like me to get out of the vehicle while you secure the weapon, and sit back in your vehicle, or what would you like me to do? And they'll say 99% of the time, nope, we're good. I appreciate you telling me about it. That's all they say. They go back, they run you, they see that you're not, wanted on a whole bunch of deals, and they walk up to you and they say, you know what, buddy, appreciate you being honest, and I appreciate what you do for law enforcement, and slow down a little bit. Boom. That's had that Orlando police officer acted in that manner. Brian, would you not agree? He'd probably still have a job.
Oh, 100% would still have a job.
He may be suspended for a few weeks for acting like a dick, but he would still have a job, still have a pension, all of that.
He'll just get a job in another force somewhere.
Speaking of tactical bags, we ordered another 100 of those, Lummy.
Oh, nice.
And I think another 100 dog harnesses as well. Do you have a dog, Brian?
I do. He's an old man.
He wouldn't want a Bubba Army harness.
He doesn't wear a harness. He's just got a collar, and he really doesn't even need it. He stays close to us when we take him for walks. He's a good boy. Dexter.
Is he scared of the world like you are, too?
A little bit, yeah.
If you're looking for that non-offensive broadcast, you're in for a surprise. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I love the sponge.
It's not that kind of love sponge.
Just I'd say, the
Gary set straight.
No, I don't know if you make it Gary.
No, it was like the cop.
I think you just make it the cop deal.
Yeah.
Bubba talks about Orlando cop and how to get out of a speeding ticket. Okay?
All right.
I got free tickets to Monster Jam if you let me out of this ticket. Have you ever been in the pit at Bubba Raceway Park before?
During USAC?
I can get you there.
When you're nationals on this Saturday.
You can meet Donnie Schatz.
And Joe Dirt?
No, Donnie Schatz and Bobby Pierce. Bobby Pierce will be there. Bubba, you remember back in the day at Gainesville Speedway, they had that standalone McDonald's in the parking lot, and you got to put as many onions and pickles and ketchup and mustard that you wanted on your cheeseburger there?
No.
Oh, man, it was the greatest thing.
I do not remember that, lover.
Oh, man.
Good morning, Bubba the Love Sponge Show. How may I help you?
Thought you were a race fan.
How may I help you?
Well, we have Woody working on it. We should be supposed to have it done by tomorrow. Oh, you want to shoot me an email so I have your info. It's LUMMY ETLS @gmail.com. sounds good. Thank you. Good morning, Bubba the Love Sponge show. How may I help you?
Every day I come in, there's a little more missing.
Well, hold on. Do you want to wait?
We moved past it.
I mean, what do they want to fucking bullshit
Talk
about?
about how you can't recruit in big cities for police.
I tell them we're done with that.
We're done with that.
Okay, because he's from the city of Philly. He's a police.
Yeah, he's done with that.
Oh, he is?
I did have to put Philly.
Is he a police chief?
He said he's the chief of police for an area outside of Philly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't, so I'll just tell him thanks.
No, we'll talk to him.
Okay.
Look, I didn't say it's easy today. You make the effort to do it.
Brian's trying to hang up on people that disagree with him.
No, I mean, I can get into a whole debate on it.
Brian's a fucking dick. Can you hear me? Okay.
Community policing has been absolutely shown to result in positive gains for the community in which they're policed. Period. Nothing. It's been shown.
Oh, wow.
What, mommy?
But then Brian's just kind of, coming at you.
I know he's just. I'm just so glad that he's not going to be here next Thursday because I think the template for him is every other because he just gets me riled the fuck up. I need a week to recover from his appearance because he's just such a dick.
Brian's a dick.
He has mastered dickness. I mean, he is fucking got a PhD in dickness.
I did appreciate
It's a JD. I got JD and Dick.
His comment to
I mean, he just brings it.
Gary.
What's his score right now?
I'm +2, I think.
Yeah, yes, you were +2. Red is -1.
You got 2 zeros next to me.
You wouldn't happen to be responsible and have like the year to date, would you?
Sure do. Today does not count though, but yes, I have that. Up to date.
Am I leading?
No, you're not even close.
You're I think you might be last.
No way. I'm on the right side.
Instead of what?
I'm at like -1 now with my.
I think he's he's negative war, isn't he? Wins against replacement, he's negative.
Yeah, you're negative, man. You're negative.
Isn't everybody negative?
You're negative.
No.
Oh.
What's the official?
The official?
Yeah.
For the year as of.
And Brian, equate this to your war score in baseball.
Yeah.
As of this morning, Lummy +3, Macho +1, Anna +1, Jay -4, Babyface -6, Dr. Dan -15, Brett -20.
Brett -20.
Yeah.
So after today, I'm tied with Jay with -4.
Correct.
That's not bad.
You could pull the nose up and pull something nice out of your ass, but you got a few hours to do it.
Your ass, Brian.
I'm trying, man. Pulling something out of my ass.
Because you know Dan's going to be coming strong to get out of that double-digit negative. He's going to fit that all in 2 hours tomorrow.
He's gonna be -20 before the end of tomorrow's show.
He's gonna wake up an hour early and drink 2 months before he gets in there.
All day, every day. I'm an FT. Full tractor effect. You're my savior.
I listen to it in the morning and at night. It keeps me awake all night driving that big rig down the road.
Bubba the Love Sponge. We love you, brother. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I'm Bubba Clem, and I'm taking Ozempic. I just lost a bunch of weight, and I want to tell you about it. Here we go. Oh, Clempic. I'm cured. Gonna lose 200 pounds on the show. My boyfriend, Dan Zempic, he's gold. His Escalade is faster than yours. yours. Brett, you filthy, quit playing with your wiener dog. I never catch a break. I hate when people are late. I go to the Clem Gym at 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm crazy in my head. I got merch crick in my bed. I'm gonna take these shots in my stomach and lose a bunch of weight. I'm Bubba O'Clempic. I'm all yours. I lost 1,000 pounds for the show. My boyfriend Dan's Zempic, he's made of gold. His show Testarossa just ran out of oil.
You should know that your mental health may change in unexpected ways while you are using semaglutide injection for weight loss. You, your family, or your caregiver should call your doctor right away if you experience any of the following symptoms: depression, withdrawing from friends and family, hiring gingers and bodybuilders, or any other unusual changes in behavior or mood. Be sure that your boyfriend or doctor knows which symptoms may be serious so they can give you free Botox injections and vaginal rejuvenations. Oclempic may cause record high FCC fines, sex tape scandals, IRS probes, wild hog trials, trolls, Bob Buckhorn, Schmim Schmuthery at Cox Media, Mark Ober, and the jury verdict of being not guilty but not innocent, or rating scandals. However, Oclempic has been shown to help the BRN skinny down our papa and not need terrestrial radio anymore, as well as getting up to 100,000 followers on YouTube, so make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and click the notifications as well so you can see when Lummy is beefing the goats.
Man, that's the disclaimer is the funniest part of the whole thing. The Bubba the Love Sponge show, the babyface Brian, who's on real dick fire today.
Oh, please.
Extra stiff.
Always
Take
stiff.
a Brian Matroni with a side over. I want it straight up extra stiff, please.
See Alice Kicker, baby.
Hi, who's this? Supposedly you're a police chief at a municipality just outside of Philadelphia.
Yes, good morning. How are you? Long-time listener. Glad to be back listening to you.
So you're like the chief, like we're just going to call you. We're going to call you Chief Charlie, so nobody knows who you really are.
Okay.
And but you're really like the main guy, the main dude.
Yeah, I'm actually going to send you a challenge coin when I get off the phone. So
That would be
that's awesome.
That'd be awesome, and you probably know that I'm very pro law enforcement.
Yes, and what I heard was was extremely disturbing. But what the comment that I just wanted to really touch on, I know I don't want to slow the show down, is in reference when Mr. Bryan was talking about the whole residency requirement. Here's the problem we're facing, and you addressed it eloquently. The problem is recruitment. We just had a recruitment drive. Our department received 10 applications. We normally receive 200 to 300.
And here's the deal, man. Here's the deal, man. Being a cop is a pretty, competitive paying job with some pretty good benefits. And if you're a cop that can keep your nose clean and be a good cop and get your 20 or 25 years in, you're going to have a hell of a pension. And it's really, really a good job. Now, it's a thankless job. And and that's the problem. It's not the pay or the benefits that's the problem. It's the perception that's become the problem of police officer work. And there's just a lot of guys, our generation has become such snowflake and pussies that they're kind of afraid to be a cop. You got to kind of be a man's man to be a cop. And we got all these snowflakes, and let alone, trying to find somebody in your own zip code to want to fill these positions. Cop departments and stuffs are at an all-time low. They can't find qualified people at all, let alone those that live within the parameter of their municipality.
So you have aspirations and you have realities, right? So you aspire to that. And if you work towards a goal, then eventually one day you'll achieve it. And you can look at this at Camden, New Jersey, for a perfect example of a city that was falling apart, a corrupt, destroyed police force that was disbanded and reformulated, and the gains that they've made over the last decade in Camden, New Jersey, should be a model.
I promise you, the one thing that you're missing, that the Camden Police Department, one of the requirements is not that you live in the city limits of Camden.
It is one of the things they strive for. Again, aspirations. You strive to have. You want to have. Your officers know the community.
I'm sure this guy would prefer to have men and women that live in the community that he's the chief of. But you know what? He got 10 applications. People don't want to do it.
You got 10 this year, and then you put in programs. You community policing. You put in programs with like the Explorers in the high schools and things like that, and you really foster a sense of community and togetherness between the law enforcement agency and the community. It's a decade-long project.
And that is a 3-mayor commitment.
Yes.
At least.
And
most mayors don't make it that long. Sir, I'm going to hand it over to you, Chief Charlie, for you to give us your opinion. We've taken it all up, and you're the expert at this.
Just real quick, and I don't want to sound like that guy, but we have these conversations. I have 28 years total on the job. I started out as a Philly cop. I would have did it for free. It was a calling. Now it's becoming a job, and that's something I agree with that we implemented a Police Explorers program. We have community outreach. I'm trying to diversify this department. It's 88.7% African American. I'm not an African American, but I'm trying to diversify the department. We're reaching out. It's just and I hate to say it, Bubba, I agree 1,000,000%. This new generation coming up, they just don't get it.
They don't have it.
They don't get it. They don't get it like we did. We would shine shoes. We would take. I was working at 12 years old shining.
Here's how why the current group of young men and women that could potentially be career cops, why they can't be. One, they've not been raised right to respect police, because when we were raised, we respected police. When a police officer pulled you over and asked you a question, you didn't tell them that you were some solvent traveler. I don't need to answer any questions. I don't need to identify myself. No, we cooperated with the police. We were cordial, and police officers we were respectful to. That was one thing that we were taught. And then the other thing we were taught was police work was an admirable job. And you have to be kind of tough and and a good guy or woman to be a cop. And we have lost those two values in our younger generation. Our younger generations are disrespectful to cops. They don't care. The cops are expendable in their world in their grand theft video world that they live in, and they don't want to be a cop. And so you have disrespectful people that don't want to be cops. That's the fabric of our youth. Period.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time.
No, hold on.
I appreciate your support.
But one last question for you. Yeah. If when I was walking through my scenario of getting pulled over by a police officer, do you agree with, if you do it the way I walked through it, and you're super, polite and cooperative and informative, and have your stuff all ready to go, and don't have your 5% limo tent, pull down 2 inches, just enough to hide, slip your card through, but instead have your dome light with all your lights on, nothing to hide, hands on the steering wheel, you admit what you did, and you tell the police officer you have a firearm in your deal. Don't you think that you got a better than 50% chance of getting out of that ticket?
100%. When I get stopped, my window, exactly what you said, my windows go down, my hands go on the steering wheel. When they come up, I don't identify myself because a lot of them don't want to know what you do. But I say, I said officer, trooper, whatever their rank may be. I just want to let you know I have a firearm. And then the question is, why do you have a firearm? I'm on the job. Can I get my identification out? Sure. And then you show them the identification. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. You don't challenge another person's authority. Working undercover is the same thing. If a uniform officer is to stop me, if I'm working undercover, when I worked undercover,
Hey, I knew a guy. I knew guys that work undercover that had a state issued ID that said their name was something different, and they were so undercover that if they got pulled over by the cops, they just took the ticket. Like they just were like, hey, obviously they went and got it handled later, but they played the undercover role so much that they didn't even let the traffic stop cop know that they're on the job, that they were that undercover. That's how undercover some guys go sometimes.
You got to call.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You got to call Chief Charlie. Right. You got to code 10 on the flip side. You got to get out of here.
Y'all be safe. Thank you.
You stay safe out there.
You stay safe.
You stay safe.
And keep that body cam on to clear your ass, okay, buddy?
Especially,
see you later.
Especially rolling through Philly.
Yeah. He said his
outside of Philly, the suburbs.
He said his force was consisted of 88 0.1% African American.
Oh.
No. That's his population.
Oh, that's his population.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the city he patrols. And,
So
and the police force is probably the opposite of that. It's probably inverted. And that's part of the problem. And there's no easy solution. I'm not saying it changes overnight.
Here's another problem we have. This is Nashville. This isn't. No, I'm sorry. This is Philly. This is Philly.
Philadelphia. You can tell just by looking at it.
This is Philly.
You can smell the urine from here.
And these drug addicts and these homeless people are doing these tranquilizer gimmicks, and this is what downtown Philly looks like.
They're just stretching.
It's goat yoga.
Touch your toes.
Oh, but if you go to Tampa, like Gary says, you'll find, tons of people like this.
They're touching their toes. Look how flexible they are.
I mean, it almost looks like they're putting on like a mime performance.
It's almost like one of those like flash mobs.
Yeah.
They just
waiting for them to just start dancing.
Like
doing the Thriller.
Look, I mean, that doesn't look fun to me.
No, doesn't look like a good time. But that's probably what you look like at 5 o'clock at night, Bubba.
Probably probably just prior to fuzzy time.
Yeah, just prior to fuzzy time. This is Bubba walking around.
Yeah, it's different when you're in a lazy boy, though.
Yeah.
My stuff's legal. I got a prescription for it all, so I can judge these guys.
I wanted to talk about, and this might be something that I shouldn't talk about.
Then you probably shouldn't talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Well, let's talk about talking about it.
Okay.
With Brian having no vote.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But so yesterday I went through my 30 names of the 2023 candidates for the 15 to 16 slots of the Bubba Army Hall of Fame. And with the caveat of that about half of this list will make it and half will not. And those that do not make it, please do not get mad at me. Know that you're on my radar. And, I'm sure that within the next year or so, you'll be in. Being in the Bubba Army Hall of Fame there's a lot of different intangibles. How much you financially support the show is one of them. How long you've been around is another. I couldn't really write bylaws as to what qualifies you to be in the Hall of Fame. It's just a feeling of, again, how much you've supported the show financially, how much you've been around, just a lot of things, just a lot of different things. And I erroneously missed a guy yesterday, and that guy being JJ Charger. Now, JJ Charger is a 5-ring guy, and as Ashley Garrison, who's one of my. Did you pass that message on?
Oh yes, and she was listening.
Okay, and what did she say?
Well, she put it in chat. She said, "No problem, Bubba. Love you. Thank you so much.
Right.
We'll do anything for you.
I will do anything for her. She has helped me compile a list of the people's contribution levels. With regards to who has provided the most financial support for the show. I take that in consideration along with how long you've been around and things like that. Well, you know what? I missed JJ. For whatever reason, I missed JJ. JJ Charger should have been on that list. I have added JJ Charger to the potential candidate of Hall of Fame list. And I was going to today, this particular break, I guess, start talking about, hey, you know what? I made a mistake yesterday. Yeah, I said, yes, there's the LM Close, the Bright House Farms Islands, the Mitch Lucerinis, the Nashes 1 and 2, the Dale Roops, the Big E 7375, the Trey Bills, the Sister Girl Teese, the Susan Poitras, the Super Fat Bubba Light, the Wayne Townsend, the Melissa Carpenters, the Brian Phillies, the Nikki Peels, the Country Girls, the Little Wilbur's Afterbirth, the John from Precision Laser, T-Shirt Will, Neil Mount Pleasure, Joe the Supermark, Big Man 028, Solo Ford 218, Napa Mike, Buck, Big Buck from Charleston, Mitch the Mark, Brandon the Quad, Fish on the J. Did I say Solo Ford 218?
Yes, you did.
John Costica. Yes, there's all of those people. Maybe I missed a couple. I don't think I did. I think that's everybody.
I got your list. It's going to be printed here.
Just JJ Charger.
And then I missed JJ. So today I was going to go through all that and say, you know what? I missed JJ. Sorry.
So why you shouldn't be saying that on the air?
So I tell Lummy to get a hold of JJ and tell him that I was going to, kind of have like a little monologue about how I miss JJ. And JJ now is throwing a fit saying, I don't even care because I cannot believe he missed me on the first list. So that's that's his mentality that I can't even. So I have let me get a hold of JJ this morning saying, hey, JJ, Bubba, wants to make it right and talk about, omitting you from the list yesterday by mistake. And then JJ goes ahead and reverses it and cops an attitude and says, I'm, don't bother. I'm mad because you forgot about me altogether.
Well, to be honest, he put it in chat, so that's why.
All right, so what did he say? Publicly, what did he say? Was it not? I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be sorrowful.
Was he joking though?
I'm trying to say I'm sorry.
Was he joking? Was it sarcastic?
I don't know. I don't know. Ask.
He said leave me off the list, and he hasn't responded to any of my emails. Because when you said add JJ to the list, he put leave me off the list.
So you know what? That's the kind of nonsense I have to deal with people that become so entitled. And so, like this little Bubba Army clique that we got going on, and then the inner wars and drama within it. Am I not allowed to? You should try to have to listen, I can barely manage myself, Lummy, and Anna, let alone you guys, let alone the hardcore fans. Am I not allowed to make a mistake? And yesterday I had a council thread that went on with all 20 people on the council. And they gave me their ideas. A couple of which people that I mentioned on that list, they didn't like. And JJ was from it. Actually, Iggy was the one that's like, listen, man, you really messed up on not putting JJ on there. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. And so I was like, Lummy, I got to put JJ on there.
Yeah.
And now JJ cops this attitude.
Well, we don't
just like unsavory copped an attitude and everybody.
We don't know what else is going on in his life. He could have caught him at a bad time. You can give people the benefit of the doubt.
Brian, I think me saying I'm sorry I left you off the list and I'd like to put you on the list, and you saying don't worry about it, I don't want to be on your list or keep me off the list. I don't know if that's a bad day. I think that's a bad attitude. I think that's being a bitch. I think that's being a self-entitled little bitch. When I have humbly tried to say I was sorry, and you know what? You don't think you were an absolute shoo-in for the Hall of Fame? Absolutely you were. Absolutely locked it in. One, because I feel so bad about leaving you out, and two, because you deservedly deserve to be in the Hall of Fame as long as you've supported the program.
You don't have a hair on your ass if he does. If you guys make this up and everything works out, as if you don't forget to mention him at the Hall of Fame celebration.
Brian, you're not a good influence on me, okay? I might have to ask you to leave earlier.
Because you guys will work this out. Because JJ's a good dude. You're a good dude.
Stop with your bull crap.
What?
I just don't understand why people, unsavory character did the same thing to me. Lummy, did he not?
Yes.
Where they become marks for themselves.
Maybe they're just hurt. Maybe they look up to you in such a way that the overlook is hurtful to them in some way. Some people take it a little too seriously, and that's true. But that could explain it.
Bubba forgot about me. I have completely baby-faced and been so very sorry about forgetting about you. And I can really deep dive into how I forgot about you, but you told me to not. So I'm not even going to tell the backstory. I'm going to go by what you publicly put out. And Lummy, you're saying that he said, leave me off the list.
Yes, that's all I've heard from him since then.
Well, I think we should turn to the one person in here who knows what it feels like to be left off a list by somebody with this show. Anna?
Man,
I wanted to stay out of this.
Yeah, he's just. Can you back it down a notch on the abrasiveness?
Come on, man. That was funny.
Brian?
I'm gonna stay out of
I mean,
this.
can you really? I mean, like, it's
Well,
like you're just in
what
here.
I will say.
You're just in here stirring up. I mean, you need to back down the stirring.
And I don't think JJ
It comes a point where we need to get along and have some solidarity here, Brian. Jesus.
Well,
what are you saying, Lummy?
I was gonna say I don't think JJ was like trying to mark out. Like he's not a mark out person in like chat or anything like that. I do like. I think him being left off. I think he's heard about that.
But once you apologize,
but you have apologized. You have apologized for it.
Well, what else can Bubba do?
Yeah, but when you say when I apologize, I make them. I specifically am going to make a segment about apologizing and putting him on the list, and he says to me, to you, to chat, which means to me, leave me off the list. That's him being a bitch.
I'm not going to use those words, but once the person apologizes...
Brian, stop being a dick. Stop being so abrasive. I'm going to call my most loyalist fans bitches on the air, and that's not abrasive.
I just feel like once you apologize, what else is this person supposed to do?
What else am I supposed to do?
I agree. Once you apologize, but what I'm saying is you can't control how that person decides to process that.
All right,
and it
so
may
when
take him a little longer.
When they say...
Maybe he felt like he should have been in the Hall of Fame by now. I don't know.
That's right. That's right. Live by those words and shut your hole. You don't know.
He's been arrested, sued, fined, and fired. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So what does that make him? Bubba the Love Sponge.
Right for a car wash.
Yeah.
I got it.
I'm getting that list for you.
I tried to man up and make it right, and so...
I get it, but you can't control the way he's going to react to it.
Well, you know what? The way you reacted doesn't win my favor, and it's my fucking show, and if that just doesn't work. People know how I'm wired. People know what you get with me. There's no wiggle room on how I'm gonna people. Brian, you can absolutely, probably correctly calculate how I'm going to react to what you tell me.
Most days, yes.
Okay.
Most days.
So
I'd say 85% of the time.
So if I told you, hey Brian, I'd like for you to be every Thursday, and you said, and I forgot, as I was talking about who I wanted to be in on Thursdays, I forgot about you. But the next day I said, you know what, I made a mistake. I forgot about Brian. Brian, will you start me? And you said, don't bother. Don't even fucking bother. Well, you think I'm going to fucking say, maybe Brian's having a bad day today. I go, fuck you then, you little fucker.
Well, that's how you choose to react,
But that's me.
Yeah. But why don't you call him up and just be like, dude, what's the deal?
No, I'm not going to. Not when you fucking said that.
It's good content. Just saying.
Lummy, have you heard any different from JJ?
I have not.
Call him up on the air. We'll do it live.
No, we're not. Shut the fuck up. Lummy, you got JJ Charger on this list.
This was printed before we took. I'll reprint it. I'll get.
No, don't print it. Keep them on. I just won't say the name.
Okay.
Is this a list of people to overlook for the?
Brian's a dick. Yes, Brian, it's the one to overlook.
And Bubba, look, I'm not trying to counter program on you on this. I'm just providing a different perspective.
I got you, buddy. No big deal.
All right.
I know what I got with you. Dickness.
I'm not trying to be a dick.
Oh. Lummy.
Trying to be a dick, Brian. Brian's a dick.
You kind of got the dick. You got the you like. I like dick. I like about 7 dick, and you're about a 9 dick today.
I wish I was a 9 dick.
I know, I do. I mean, your wife does too. But I'm just saying.
I can give a girl 9 inches if I fuck her 3 times. Mommy doesn't like math jokes. Carry the divide, carry the 1.
Plus 3.
Plus 3. Oh my god, Brian's 22 inches.
Wow, how do you carry that thing around?
Yeah, my world is daisies and sweet smelling farts.
I see minus 3 for Brian at GNA.
Yeah, press the thumbs up button on Rumble like I'm about to do, you jobbers.
Oh, you do?
We have 134 likes, 4 dislikes. One of those definitely from some Hartford car wash guy.
No, I think that's just because you're on.
Yeah, I know. How many thumbs down do you guys normally get a show?
1.
Is it you? Like, I didn't do too good today.
Yeah, just judge myself.
Yeah, judge myself.
Dude, Alan Close. What's up? Good morning, Alan Close.
Did the thumb-ins do anything? I mean...
Yeah, it fucks. It does something with the fucking algorithm.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing. Thumbs up, you're good things. Thumbs up are good things. But unfortunately, we have about a 50%.
Put what he has.
We got a 50% thumbs up deal, meaning that we'll get like 500 people watching, but only 250 will thumbs up. When really all 500 should be thumbs upping.
He put that. I did not see that.
Are they arguing with you? Are they arguing with you now?
Well, no. JJ said that he was just trying to say that he wasn't.
Oh, he's just trying to what now?
That he wasn't mad about being off the list.
When you say keep me off your list, I think that I don't know how that can be interpreted any other way.
Call him up. Let's clear the
what
air.
am I going to hear next? Jokes, cuz?
Let's
is that what I'm going to hear? Let me. Is that what I'm going to hear next? Jokes, cuz?
Let's clear the air. Call him up.
I mean, you can't get mad at me. I read what he put in chat.
Oh, we can get mad at you, and we
I sent him an
will.
email.
He'll take your call. He's a man. He'll take your call.
Asked me if I saw anything. That's what he put. If he saying that he was just trying to say that he didn't care about being missed, that's all good.
I mean, it could. That's what I'm saying. Let's just get it from the horse's mouth.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
It is.
I'm here for the sponge.
Mate, it's all about mate. It's got to be Bubba. I laugh so hard.
Bubba the Love Sponge. Ow! The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Let me, you have a month to get me to schedule with me and commandeer me back to the pond with a lawn chair, worms, and a cane pole with a bobber. And for us to sit down, maybe with like a case, like a little cooler between us, like kind of like we're old timers.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get a Bubba Army straw hat?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, I got one, and we can wear our Bubba Army straw hats, and we can fish in our pond. And I'm giving you, I think this is more than ample time. I'm giving you exactly a month for you to organize that taping. And if you have not got, it doesn't have to be necessarily produced and available for public consumption by August 20th, but it has to be at least been taped by August 20th, or you're fired.
Okay. No problem. We'll get done.
Is that shoot?
That's a shoot. Because I've been begging to try to catch a bluegill or a crappie or a snook or whatever we got back there. And Lummy swears to God that we have all types of fish back there. And I went over there and looked at it yesterday. I tell you though, the goats never used to like bananas, but now they love bananas.
Oh, they love bananas. They
fight over them.
They used to not like the peel.
Now they eat them all.
Yeah,
now it seems like they prefer the peel over the fruit inside.
Oh yeah,
They eat anything.
They don't eat anything. I mean, but
boy, they
love bananas now.
I'll tell you one thing, man. There's not a blade of grass they can eat. I mean, they're right. They've eaten everything back there. Poor little things.
Yeah,
but they're mean to me. They are so mean to me.
Because you're mean to them.
Have you ever witnessed me being mean to them?
No, but you've told us about it.
No, I've not.
That's a show business.
Yeah, this is for the show. Come on,
God, little mini,
learn how to work
little,
it, Shannon Burkett.
little mini Brian over there. You bitch.
You little toothy bitch. trying to steal my smarmy splinter thunder.
I do got two things. As we are gearing up, I just gave my list of
Speaking of your list, I've
30.
got a parody for it. I got a parody all lined up for Carlos or whoever wants it.
What's that?
Because his name's not on your list. For JJ Charger.
You mean Hall & Oates?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiss on your list?
Yeah, my Kiss. Yeah, your Kiss is on. Yeah. There you go.
I'm sure they'll be taking that and producing that soon.
I think it could be a decent one.
Right. But as we're talking about Hall of Fame inductees, candidates, BARP, people that have qualified, the festivities that will be part of BARP, we have kind of four things. We got the sex, the bisexual sex pile. That's how we start BARP with Brandon the Quad, who is a Hall of Fame candidate. Then we have the Tate's Pizza, thing, get together, and then we got Bubba 199, and then we have the ceremonies and the big party on Saturday at the studios. That's kind of the four things. I was thinking about maybe adding.
Oh my God.
Adding one other thing to the BARP festivities for those that would want to participate. Because getting like a sanctioned get together, they have an opportunity, the royalty, to rub elbows with us 3 times. Now, not all of us get to be part of part 1. That's just a Brandon the Quad and some, Caitlin Hatley with, Lucha Libre and not everybody gets to.
That.
So I was thinking about, for those that wanted to attempt to having a meet me at the Clem Gym Saturday at noon for a Bubba workout.
Oh, nice.
Anna, what do you think about that? Not everybody has to do it, but for anybody that would want to go through,
God,
a Bubba workout.
Imagine 60 people showing up.
Well, yeah.
Are you prepared for that?
We may have to do it.
They might show up. They may not work out, but they'll show up if you tell them that they can.
No. You've got to work out. Like, you just can't show up. Like, you got to show up in workout gear, shorts and a t-shirt, and you have to listen. Like, it was just an idea. All right, I won't do it.
I mean, you can. I'm worried that when it happens, you're not going to be happy about it.
What about a party, like a big party at Dan's mansion for all the royalty?
What do you mean?
Like, have everybody over at his house,
like a pool party.
A pool party.
Oh, the Dr. Dan's pool party.
Yeah.
I bet Dr. Dan's happy you're just bringing him on.
I'm just saying, he's so loyal to the show. There's no way he would say no.
Yeah, but all the Bubba Army traipsing over there, and
Romina will love that.
Oh, and
ruin his marriage.
And the beer bottles and the weed and just everything. Would you let me just ask you this question, Brian? And you be honest. Would you want the Bubba Army coming to your house and having a pool party?
If I had a house like Dan's, absolutely.
Liar.
Absolutely, 100%. If I had, first of all,
you would have to move out your entire family in order to deal with the drama.
No, you get good security. You have you set some ground rules. I think people would be respectful. I don't think they're going to, there would be a few that would pass out immediately. But other than those,
how about the
lightweights,
liability?
You have everybody sign a waiver. He's a doctor and a lawyer. I'm sure he can come up with a great waiver.
All right, so Lummy, I was thinking about adding some. I mean, listen, Anna, I'm just trying to give more added value.
Bubba, you can absolutely do it.
Hold on, I'm trying to add added value to our event.
I know what you're trying to do. Do it. There ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that, like, you got to think about it. You're going to do something Thursday, have a show on Thursday, do something Thursday night. Have a show Friday morning, do something Friday night, probably late into the evening, and then get up and then work out with all these people and be on again to then go home for a couple hours and then have barb. I don't know. I mean, you could do it.
You're probably right.
You ain't going to be happy about it.
You know what? You're probably right. I think now, does the Dan pool party, is it the hungover Sunday pool party?
I think that's the best time to have it.
Is it the hungover Sunday pool party, or is it the Saturday pre-barp? I think you're right, Brian. It's the Sunday hungover pool party.
Because that'll eliminate some people from coming, and people won't be going that hard. It'll be more chill. You get a nice DJ there, maybe DJ Hummel.
No, I want her. Not that I don't want you to DJ, Anna. I would rather you enjoy yourself and not work. I'd rather just pipe in some music.
Then we'll get T-Quest.
Yes, I could. Or we could Anna could build me a really kick-ass, music playlist, and we could just bring our outdoor sound system and play it through that, and nobody have to worry about it.
Do you think it might be a little cold for a pool party, or?
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Because it's probably gonna be. It's like the 2 days of winter.
Breaking news. Yeah, you're right. It's the second weekend of January. You're right. But you know what?
I saved you, Dan. I
think Dan's pool is heated.
Yeah, there you go. Problem solved.
Sorry, Dan. I tried.
Dr. Dan's rehab. We can call it. It'll be rehab. Oh yeah.
Oh,
and
dude,
rehab is a Vegas
could literally,
pool party.
Hold on, though. He's a doctor. We could have an IV bar set up for everybody to, get rehydrated. It could be a whole thing.
Yeah, let's bring needles into
He could get you on
this.
Ozempic. Could get you Botox. You could do the Morpheus machine right there. It could be an outdoor spa.
Give free law advice.
Absolutely. It could be a rehab spa pool day.
All right, so I'm thinking about trying to add another get-together to give you yet another opportunity to hang out with us during BARP. Right now, it's looking like maybe potentially a Clem Gym deal or a Dr. Dan hungover rehab Sunday pool party if Dan's pool is heated.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk to Dan before we start making all these plans.
Dan's going to be in here tomorrow.
Dan's got the strap. He's the number. He's so over. There's no way he says no to this.
And I don't even know that Lummy is the most popular. Dan might be. Realistically, I say Lummy's the most popular, but it might be Dan. Hello. Who's this?
Babyface is a dick. Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you. Hello.
Hey, wine time at Diaco Palace sounds interesting, but I'm more interested in the hookup at the dollhouse that you were talking about previously.
So
there you go. Nice work, Scout.
Now we're talking.
No, hold on. Here's the other thing. I have made arrangements. It's locked in. Hold on.
I don't even know about this.
You know you don't. I've made arrangements with Billy Bullers and Warren from the dollhouse that each person that attends BARP will be given 2 tickets to get in to free admission tickets to the dollhouse. Which I think is I think they charge $20 to get in.
The night of BARP?
No,
the whole weekend?
2 tickets.
Okay.
Any 2 nights you'd want to go.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you and a +1 or something.
No, your plus. I'll give you your +1 would be maybe your second ticket. But since Scout and Big Gulp don't have +1s, they both would get 2 tickets.
I'm usually so messed up. I know that there's a cover there, but I couldn't tell you because when I roll over there,
I know that Wizzy's going to want to. Wizzy goes there. You go there. Wizzy goes there. Landers goes there. Cable Dog goes there. Brian from Philly goes there. Greg and Amy go there. Kenny Priz goes there.
Amazing.
So part of when I see you Thursday at Tate's or Friday at $199, I will hand you your 2 tickets that are good for admission into the dollhouse. So that's an addition. Now, would you like? What do you think about the Sunday dance pool party?
We would go to something like that. I mean, honestly, I would pass on the gym because I'll probably be too hungover, and that's not my scene.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't mind coming and watching the ladies, work out, but I don't want to be that much of a perv. I try to maintain.
Like watching, Maria Guatemala, Merch Crick, and
Do
Anna,
bad girls,
Anna,
good girls. Yeah,
and Anna do
I got
bad
a
girl,
strong back.
bad girl, good girl with a deep squat backside willy, the deadlift chaser. Big old donkey hanging out
You know
there.
what? I will be there. Yeah, I will.
All
be
right.
there.
Well, listen.
Count me in.
Hey, so appreciate you and thank you for your input, Scout.
Anytime,
Hold on, Scout. Where do we stand? Where do we? I got to get going. I'm running a little bit late. Where do we stand with Penny?
She spent a little time in the hospital last week.
Oh no.
Well, I'll when we're good, I'll send you a note and I'll tell you to look for a call for her. It's coming. I'll give you a heads up, but it's going to be a little bit.
All right, but she did get the kangaroo/rabbit Willie.
Yes.
Okay, and when she's in better shape or feeling better, she will maybe probably try to use it for me, then give me a book report, but that could be a while. Yes? No?
Yes, that's where we're sitting right now.
Perfect. All right, Scout. Love you.
Love you.
Lummy got to go to words, and when I come back, I'll talk about this. Florida jury awards an 8-year-old girl $800,000 after she got second-degree burns from a McDonald's chicken nugget.
Sign me up.
We all see that.
Let me get me some nuggets and make them extra hot.
Bubba style.
And then throw them on my face.
They burn my crotch.
Then throw them on my face. If the little girl got $800,000 for her thigh, can you imagine what she could get from my fat face? A lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'll talk about that next.
It's quite painful to listen.
Children love
Bubba the Love Sponge.
the perfect combination of entertainment and education.
Yes, it's quite painful to listen until the medication kicks in. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Action! Maybe Bubba wants to add. It's either a scrap or it's Bubba wants to add a couple events to bark. One of the two. It's whatever what Rhett thinks.
I have a question. Strip clubs, do they typically have women pay cover charges?
No, women get them free usually.
Okay.
Injured by a nugget. Dial pound law.
Where was this at?
Injured by a nugget. Call pound law.
That's all.
That's all.
No thanks, thanks, man. Nothing to know what city.
Broward, I knew it had to be down south. There's no way you're getting that verdict anywhere else in the state.
Injured by a nugget. I'll tell you right after the show, man. I got to fucking go drop bass bad.
Drop bass bad.
If I can even make it.
would you have taken that case?
I mean, I don't know. The burn was bad, but I don't. How do you serve it that it's that hot? That's what I don't get. I know it got caught in between her thigh and the seatbelt, and she couldn't get it out, and that's why it burns because of the pressure.
Yeah.
But I just, it's pretty crazy.
So now the chicken nuggets are going to be like the coffee?
Yeah.
Well, the issue with the coffee case gets blown out of proportion. McDonald's knew they were serving scalding.
What?
I mean, beyond.
Did they promote it?
Well, so the reason they did market research. This is what nobody knows, like the full story. Well, people know it, but the public is generally unaware. McDonald's had done market research that most people who bought coffee through their drive-thru would not drink it until they either got to the office or got to home. And so they figured out what the average commute was, and they designed the coffee like the way it was heated to be at the optimal temperature in 10 minutes of sitting there. So what was being served, and it was so hot. This woman was wearing, I think, she was wearing, what do you call them, sweatpants. It was so hot, the sweatpants burned into her flesh, and they had to actually do surgery to remove the sweatpants from her crotch. That's how hot the coffee was. Now, comparative fault, yes, you don't put a hot thing of coffee between your legs to put cream and sugar, but McDonald's also was serving it essentially boiling water to people. It's one thing to have hot coffee. It's another thing to serve somebody boiling water. So that case is a little bit different. This, again, I just don't, they must have pulled that thing right from the fryer, still covered in grease, and put it in the box, and then they immediately handed it to her, and she flips it open. But I mean, the cooling time, think about when you pull something from the fryer, within a minute, it's cool enough to touch and not burn yourself severely. That's what I don't get, is how she got burnt this badly from it. They say it's a second-degree burn, but I mean, the burn is bad.
Yeah, well, I saw the picture.
Yeah, it's not what you would expect if a nugget got pressed against your leg. So that's the only reason I'm like, when looking at this one, typically with I get people that call all the time. I found something in my food. I'm like, well, did it hurt you? No. Okay, but now I'm scared. I was like, are you gonna go see counseling for it? Are you gonna go, I was like, then what do you want? Like, write the restaurant or the corporation, see if they'll give you some gift cards or something, and move on. I generally don't take.
You don't go after those?
No, I do not go after those.
No.
Because there's no damages.
Man, Scout's back here barking like a motherfucker.
Yes,
like he's getting raped.
Jay must be in the building.
Hey.
Macho Man's giving it some food. Probably.
Pre-workout. Scout, you're looking a little bit. You're not looking too yoked.
Let's get you bulked up.
Pre-workout and whey protein. Dig it.
Oh, yeah.
This is a Macho Man story all day. Free chicken sandwich store. Free chicken sandwich store.
I'm out in the car listening to Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh.
Love you guys.
Gotta be Bubba.
Wondering who he's going to yell at next.
Yeah.
People from all facets of life can relate to this show, and that's why I like it.
I love it. I can't get enough.
Bubba the Love Sponge. Exactly.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Let me, if I mentioned that the new sweepers are just unbelievable.
Yes.
But if I also mentioned that I hear the same ones every day.
It seems like it keeps getting restarted.
Jesus, my Lord.
Is Woody on now?
I don't even want to hear it. It just keeps restarting. I don't even want to hear it.
Well, I'm just saying that's what it sounds like. I don't know what Macho says, but
Hard telling what Macho Man says. Now, if you get $800,000 for a second-degree burn because your McNugget was a little too hot, put them all over my face and give me a couple $1,000,000, and I'll be McNugget Man till the day I die. Hello. God, I got to poop.
FT Greg and Amy, 25 on the Cash App.
Thank you so very much. Super Fat Bubba Light was my last PayPal, along with the John Costica Chaser. Maybe I can get another one before the end of the show. Been a little bit of a slow day. Maybe Brian just, you know what? Dan brings the money in, and Brian brings the money out.
Maybe by Thursday, people are tapped. Have you thought about that?
Well,
Friday's a payday, so
or your schmarmy, negative, being mean to Bubba, trying to constantly shove it up his ass, thinking that your Spice Boy counter programmer Willie gets a little old. Hello, who's this?
Steal a tape from you.
Hey man, how are we gonna get rid of Babyface?
I don't know. Maybe
he is just not funny, man.
He's just a dick. He's stiff. He's a dick. He's just schmarmy.
I mean, the things he comes up with, man, he makes me laugh just because I feel sorry for him. I mean,
well, as long as you're laughing, buddy, and you're tuning in and calling in, so thanks for playing along, sucker.
Yeah, but I'm calling in for Bubba and Lummy, not you, man. You are just a
What'd you lead off with there, Mark?
Yeah, Mark, not for you.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's putting himself over.
Yeah, Brian just doesn't have the swag. He can't pull it off like Dan can.
Nope.
No, I definitely don't. Talk about somebody who loves the smell of his own farts. That would be Dr. Dan.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I don't even know how we would categorize you. You're just a dick.
That's it. I think that's all you need to say.
I mean, he's just a dick.
Can't help it.
He hits you at all angles, all sides. Like he'll take a shot at Anna. He'll take a shot at me. Takes a shot at Lummy. Like he just takes shots.
Mm-hmm.
like he's in Vegas back, from 15, 20 years ago before he was married, just taking shots. Just partying it up, man. I mean, I've heard.
I'm surprised the Hunter Biden photos with me haven't come out yet.
What I'm saying is, I've heard. I know you try to play Johnny prim and proper. I got a family, yippee-yo. But I've heard that back in your single Vegas days, they were monster parties, like off the chain debauchery.
Yeah,
Is that true?
It is true, and
I mean, not necessarily anything you want to get into a great description about, but just vaguely put that when you were single and used to go to Vegas with your boys, that it was
not just Vegas, Miami too.
Okay, but it was like
we took it
probably
around
probably
the world.
stuff
New Orleans.
Probably stuff we can't talk about on the air.
No, and things that I can't talk about for other concerns.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, Bubba, Las Vegas Mario, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, buddy? How's everything going for you?
Good. Hey, just want to say, Babyface, you're the man. I love you when you're in, man. You make me laugh. I'm telling you, I'm a Babyface Mark to the end.
Much as you get the one guy that called in earlier, then you get this guy in here that says, "Hey, listen, by the way, Greg, did you get the Greg?
25? Yep.
Yeah, Greg.
And this guy's a good dude. We all know that.
Yeah,
so he's obviously a good judge of character. That other guy's probably not.
Bubba, can I ask you a question?
By the way, I just want to remind everybody, if you want to send in your Bubba Army pictures of you, either your dog wearing your Bubba Army harness or your Bubba Army lunchbox or your tactical bag or your flag or whatever you got, send it to show@thebubbaarmy.com, and it might get displayed behind me.
Well, tag it, too, on Twitter.
They need to be JPEG or PNG, too, please.
I'm sorry, the what?
No JPEG or PNG files.
Okay,
Don't
what?
need these weird wheelies. I don't know. I'm getting some weird ones.
Okay, there you go. JPEG or PNG files, please. Thank you. Are the ones that I've sent, are they problematic?
Don't answer that, honestly. There you go.
So what else you got, Las Vegas Mario?
Yeah, I had a question. I was thinking merch ideas. What about like a duffel bag, like a travel bag, a Bubba Army travel bag? I have a full send one. I love it. But if you made one, I'm using the Bubba Army one. I'm going to rock that
instead of the tactical bag that I made to be able to carry your gun, your wallet, something like that.
I think.
Like a little bigger, like a bigger version of that,
like a gym bag or a weekender bag.
Kind of like a gym bag, yeah. And then like on the strap, maybe Bubba Army. That'd be cool, man. I would get one of those.
Okay, well I'll have the merch crick of one of the 17,526 things I got her looking for. I'll have her look into a Bubba Army, like a Bubba Army gym bag, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a duffel, like a travel. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys. And Babyface, I love you, man.
Take
Keep doing
care,
what
Mario.
you're doing.
Good luck to you and your family.
Thanks, brother.
What a baby face, Mark.
He's a good guy, man. That was a great caller. Call of the day.
I think we should do a baby. I mean, listen, we've done everybody. Anna's had her own shirt. Lummy's had his own shirt. I've had mine. Dan's had his.
I don't need one. They would, number one, 100% not going to sell.
They're not going to sell, are they?
Save your money.
You got to make it a sports jersey.
I mean, they're just not going to sell, are they?
They're
buddy?
just not going to sell. Like, you will have more of those left over than you do Planet Dan's. I saw some kid in Haiti wearing a Planet Dan shirt online.
Hello.
Hey, Bubba, how are you? Big fan. I love Babyface on, and I would buy one of the shirts. Boston Bill here.
Yeah, I mean, Babyface is an acquired taste. He is. The Babyface marks are really coming out now. Babyface must have went into one of his little Reddit forums and said, "Hey, I need some help right now." So.
Well, I only listen to the sports show when he's on. If it's just Lummy and Rhett.
Well, no, I mean, Lummy and Rhett have one type of quality of show, and then when you add Babyface and a little bit more of his knowledge and intellect, it takes the show to the next level. I would agree to that.
Yeah, I need to start building some
definitely.
time in for it. If, with me on the big show, it's tough to do Wednesdays and Thursdays, but
but the Wednesday show does need you.
We lost this listener because of you, Brian. Thanks.
Well, at least one.
Yes.
There could be dozens.
So anyway, sir, thank you for the
I love you as
suggestion.
well.
Thank you. I love you. I honestly,
Clearly, he doesn't like Rhett.
Absolutely not.
He said absolutely not.
Now Bubba likes his caller.
He
He's
hates
like,
Rhett. I literally can take this phone call, Lummy. Then I literally have to run out of the. We may be early, but I'm about ready to poop my pants.
Oh no!
I'm about ready to poop my pants.
No,
you
you
got
got
to
to finish this story. Let's go. Yeah, you got
could do
strong
a breathe through
bowels.
it.
Listen, I literally have a little turtle head. Like I'm literally about ready to poop my pants. I'm going to take this phone call. That'll take me at 50. And Lummy, we can, the close takes 2-3 minutes and we'll be good. Right on time, actually, like we should be. Responsibly out by 50.
Code Brown, someone said.
Code Brown.
Responsibly clear the network by 54. So it is Code Brown right now. We are Code Brown. Code Brown. Hold on. Attention, we are Code Brown. We are Code Brown, which means we need to be wrapping this. It'd be like almost the plane going down and the air masks have come down. It's bad. It's real bad. We're in major turbulence. And we're in major turbulence, and it's Code Brown. So, sir, ma'am, whomever this last phone call is, hello, you're on the air. Let's make it quick. We are in Code Brown circumstances. Here we go.
Protection.
Okay. I don't even have the protection machine turned on.
All right,
but I will have it turned on. I think. Are you there?
Yes.
All right, you're protected. Go ahead.
Instead of having a pair of guys did Blitz as a dick, can they do one Blitz as a thief?
I appreciate you trying to thwart the show, and now I know why you wanted protection, because you're a pussy and you wanted to say something disrespectful but not be man enough to own what you said. That is a great opportunity for me to say goodbye and let everybody know that we'll be over at Facebook and YouTube.
Wait, Bubba, one more thing real quick.
No, please.
Yes.
Brian, make it quick. Seriously, like for real. Make it, if it's something you need to say,
No,
say.
there's nothing I need to say. I'm just trying to make you crap your pants, because I know you were farting bad earlier. That was it. This is not going to be a solid stool, is it?
No, this is going to be
Brian, this is going
to be like sponsored by Hormel Chili.
Can I record from outside the bathroom?
No, you cannot. And as a matter of fact, I might go upstairs so I can have a little small ounce of privacy, because you guys can hear me down here grunting sometimes. Because it is quite the event when I'm bowling.
Ass.
And
when I'm major bowling, it's a big deal, and it's loud. And up there, I have the bidet that will blow me clean. Blow off all the high spots. So all you have to do is pat dry. When you're creating the amount of crock pot chili that I'll be creating here momentarily, subsequently, Lummy, we will be on Facebook, YouTube, Bubba Army Radio, Tune In, and a bunch of other great spots. Have you heard any updates from JJ Charger?
Mitch Lucerini, $50 on the Venmo. Yes, I've heard it and talked to you off the air, and I've heard it from Airtight and some different people. So.
All right, so could you get with me after I poop?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lummox,
co-host Anna Hummel,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council, co-host J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Brett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello. I'm back.